TTS Warhammer 40K,
all wound for
bringing
plague
you
weapons
a
instead of just
glorious
wound
battle
rolls
stream.
of 1. He has the
Once
plague
again,
skull relic, so once per game he can,
I am
at the end
Dragon
of the
Queen
movement phase, he
Nissan,
throws it at something within
streaming
6
here
inches,
alone as
and
normal. Please put
I
in
believe it's
applications if you'd
7d6
like to
on a
stream with us on
5, they take
TTS
1
Warhammer
mortal wound on a
40K.
6, they
Send
take
them
d3.
to, I believe, at
It's a mortal
Malice
wound, 1
or
per game.
aggressively memeing if you'd like to help us out on
2
there.
flesh mower drones, they were just melee drones, they go fast.
What we
Since
have
you haven't played
for
against
us
Deathguard, I do
here
have I do
is
have
a
one
beautiful
CP
match
stratagem
of
for intervening these guys 6
Sisters
inches, so
of
that's just something to
Battle
be aware
being
of.
played by It's Frosty, and DeathGuard
And
being
2
played
Plague
by
Crawlers with
Quantum
the entropy,
Otter.
the slugger, and the mortar.
So that's going to be intriguing. I'm going to go ahead and pop open their list in a moment. To the playing screen so we can get a nice
the Putrefire also has an
overview of
ability
the
where
armies.
start of either the charge or fight phase,
And I'm going to
he
prep
picks a core unit
some background stuff on
within
the server.
6 inches, and then in melee their wound rolls of 6 do a mortal wounded addition.
Okay.
Always forget to mention that, but I should probably start doing that.
Yeah, I had not realized how much mortal wounds DeathGuard did. I know they did a bit, but
I also teched into mortal wounds quite a bit. My local meta is a lot of custodies, so like kind of just it's a lot of custodies and also DeathGuard. So
Interesting
I
hearing
just
what the
tech into
players are
mortal wounds
thinking
because of that.
and what they're taking.
Honestly, even against a good portion of lists, it can do well. Depends. Sisters kind of have the anti-psychic to stop that, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'll say to start for my list to your list, it is Sisters, so anti-psyker. About half of my army is Argent Shroud, which has a stratagem which counters mortal wounds 4 up. I don't get the mortal wound. That's only for a single unit though, so we'll see how that goes.
Is that just psychic phase, or is that for every phase?
That's any phase, yeah. It only works on that phase and only works on the unit I use it on.
It is every. It's not. You can only use it in the psychic phase. Sounds good.
Yeah, I could use it in movement, psychic, shooting, whatever.
All that good stuff.
Yeah. So, to start, this is my sister's list. About half of it is Argent Shroud. About half
I think
of
it's
it
intriguing.
is Bloody Rose.
We see some
If
flooded
you
boat
look at the
drones here.
superior, I'll typically
Very
have up
nice.
AS or BR.
Good melee,
show which one
good
they're
shooting.
in.
AP2 with rerolling wounds isn't
Bloody
bad to
Rose,
scoff at.
If I
4
charge
attacks apiece is kind of
or
meh.
heroic intervention,
But that's not what
I
it's
get
for. It is a
attack
vehicle, so it can
and
shoot in
AP
melee.
increased by 1.
That is going to be scary, especially with the flesh mower.
Argent Shroud
Or not the
is
flesh mower.
awesome.
No,
I
those
think
are the
completely
all
underrated.
melee.
You could
I thought
move
this was the
or
part shooty one
advance in your
with
considered
the
movement
plague
stationary, and you
sprayers,
could
but no,
reroll,
this is the pure melee
a
one.
hit or wound roll, a single one.
Okay, and that's just
Intriguing.
per unit, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flesh mower is actually very scary there. So this will be strength 7, so it's wounding just about everything on 3s, certain outs on 4s, which is pretty scary. AP2, hard to say. Again, some make you 5s, maybe nothings, depending on what you're playing. Damage 2. Kills a marine instantly. Very scary there from the Plague Marines. 100%.
I believe it's fight again, or reroll hit and wound rolls on melee attacks. I forget which one's technically her warlord trait.
I think they're...
Big unit, she has 4 up, feel no pain on mortals.
Characters are quite interesting.
The Outrider
Or the
Bloody
mostly
Rose,
lack
I have
thereof.
a canoness with Saint in
You don't
making,
see a
so
lot of
she
characters
becomes a
here
second warlord.
from the DeathGuard.
She has the
We got the
plus one
Foul Blight
Thrasher's
spawn in the
Clothes,
Bilo,
which
just
gives
Putrid
her
Fire.
+1 strength and damage to melee weapons.
Pretty
I put that on her,
often
on
seen.
her list. If you scroll
Double
over her,
Malignant
that's where
Plague
we
Casters,
put
no
into it.
captains to give rerolls.
She has a Blessed Blade. She has the Relic Iron Surplice, which gives her +1 wound. 1 wound rolls unmodified 1 to 3 fail and 2 up save. And
Gotcha.
So that will
she
be
has the Warlord
interesting to
trait,
see.
Blazing Ire, that gives her
This
+1
Malignant
to attack
Plaguecaster seems to have an
and
extra
a level
health.
to charge and advance.
Has the hulking
sounds
physique
good.
warlord
Bloody Rose is
trait,
good
it
for that.
seems.
Yeah.
Which will be
Bloody
very
Rose
interesting to see
Hospitality,
get
she's in the
used.
non-force sword slot because of the canoness.
That's a lot of
And
neat things,
the
so...
Mata is
You can
the
only
Argent
wound this thing
Shroud.
on 4 ups,
She
so
is
no matter
like,
what, this thing's going to be hard to kill. An
Hatches
extra
and
wound makes it hard
Repugnance,
to kill. which is
a
interesting. It's
unmodified
also taking
critical
-1 damage, so
6 for
any of
bolt
your high up
weapon,
weapons are going to do nothing.
increases.
And it has the beautiful torrent of
No,
putrefaction.
unmodified hit
When
roll
it's
automatically
manifests a
wounds,
psychic power, if
and
it's a
targets
7,
within
you do
half range of
D3
bolt
mortal wounds,
weapons,
so that's going to be pretty scary.
AP increased by 1.
And that's on
Lots
the
of
dogmata you said?
powers.
Yeah, the dogmata's.
They don't seem to have
hit,
anything crazy
so I
on
need
the
to
other
roll a
one.
3 up in order for that to be
Pretty
inside.
generic
Low power.
powers,
Cool, cool.
miasma,
Yeah.
gift, putrescent.
So for the
Same with
Argent
the other
Shroud
one,
Patrol, I have
although this
2
one's taking
standard
Plague Wind,
sister
Curse the
squads,
Leper,
nothing
so this one
special
seems to
about them.
be
The
more of
superiors
like
have chain
debuffer
swords.
with the curse, if I have my
Bloody
powers
Rose
right.
has a squad of Dominions, standard.
Foul Blight Spawn
superior,
has Death's
and
Unholy Head,
4 special
always
weapons, each
gotta
one
love that.
with,
A
strong bolters.
2d6 blast plague weapon
In
at
Bloody
strength
Rose,
5 AP1,
Sacrosanct,
rip through your
the
infantry,
superior has the Spirit of
makes
the Faithful, and
things
the
fight
4 all
last
have halberds.
from its stink, very scary.
It would have been
Stops
better
you from
against,
doing
Chaos,
interrupts, stops
Space
you if you're
Warriors.
just in melee with it in general
If I
or
had the
charge,
maces,
you get to go in a worse
I think
bracket.
halberds are just
And
really
since
good.
Defender swings first,
I
that
have
can really
Celestians
screw up what you're
in
doing.
Argent Shroud. They have Bodyguard,
And then
which
we
I think
obviously
will be
have, you
very
know,
good.
your Biologics Putrefier,
Bodyguard's really good. My Death Shroud have Bodyguard, which is phenomenal.
Blight Grenades have an
Standard
AP2,
loadout with them, except
very
the
nice
special
honestly.
weapon and special or heavy weapon
Got the
have
Foul
Storm
Infusion
Bolters.
for the extra
I have
mortals.
A standard squad of 5 Zephyrim with the,
You have the Arc
Zephyrim
Contaminator
Pen, so
order
they can
on
reroll
this, and the
charge.
Plague Skull of
2
Gothilla
5
Relic,
squads.
which is very interesting,
In Argent Shroud, we have 2 standard squads of
because that is a
Seraphim,
potential lots of mortal
and
wounds.
the big girls
On
of this
average,
list, and why I
you're
read
gonna
Argent
do
Shroud, 2
3
Retributor
plus
squads.
D3
The
mortal
superior
wounds,
is running a combi flamer,
and it's at the
4
end of the
multi
movement phase
Malphiters.
when you do that. It
That
is
makes
only
sense.
once per
Those combo
battle,
really
though,
well
but that can be
with Vol,
very
too.
scary.
Mhm.
That can bracket or outright kill
Yeah,
a Dreadnought,
they do.
depending.
And 2 Harmonium Cherubs per squad. Anytime
We have
after
a
I'm
lot of
done shooting, I
Poxwalkers.
could use one and they immediately
That's a
shoot
lot of
down.
Poxwalkers.
Sounds good.
Seems like he wants to be buffing these
So it
things,
comes down to 2
and
rhinos as
he
well.
wants to be
So it comes
hard
down
to kill.
2k and 7 command points left. The Hospitaller also runs a relic. It's just something to make her a little bit more tanky. +1 toughness, 4 up invul, and first saving throw fail.
For those of you out in the Twitch, I'm going to throw up a
And that's
poll
per
for
battle or
you.
per phase?
Everyone loves
Sure,
predictions.
got it. I start with 8 command points. Am I crazy? Yes, it is 8 command points.
Alright. I think
See
we
how
are.
it goes. I mean, you do a lot of shooting, so you might just shoot me off the board, but
Mhm.
no, we'll have to see how it goes.
I'm going to send us a nice
Uh-huh.
10-minute submission period for this
Pull up a
prediction.
map. I think is it's symmetrical.
Alright,
and
chat.
It is something I am
Make
going
your
on
predictions. Who do you think is going to win?
On 2K. I mean,
Yeah, the
pull it
stream
up and
title
then
was wrong. I'm
we
only
can
one
make a
man
decision
here.
on it.
yeah.
Horribly. Just the scouring in general, I kind of despise.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, that's the mission world. I'm not offended by it. It's just, scouring.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, we've got the nice
This
Sisters
is,
of Battle.
One of my favorite balance maps to play on.
I'm gonna go ahead into my configuration and knock off my
Yeah, I think this looks pretty solid.
interface for everyone.
Okay.
Zoo, are we
We got
ruling the ruins of, like
Canoness,
touching the wall is
named
gets rid of
Iseline.
obscuring, or is it going to be like the triangle? thing
Noted that
some
it has a
people roll?
4++ invuln.
I typically go
It's got
triangle,
Saint
but
in the
we could do
Making,
touching. We could
the
do,
Relic Iron Surplus of Saint Estella, and
some people
the
do 1
Blazing
unit touching
Ire
or
Warlord
majority
trait.
touching.
Also has
Well, yeah,
a
I do,
bunch of special
I think it's
abilities.
just like if something's
Very
touching it, like
impressive.
the whole unit can. Well, like the model that's touching can see out, but everything can see that one model.
We have
and
the
such.
beautiful battle suits.
I see.
We got
That
Morven
makes sense. I
Val.
didn't say that very
That
well,
looks
I typically do a triangle
unholy.
obscure.
The Purgators are very scary units, especially when you make them character based.
And,
Those
the hole in the
2s,
ruins is
that
considered
2 up
part of the
armor
battle.
save, the weapons on this thing are
Yeah, that makes sense.
ridiculous. Oh, it's beautiful.
Um,
Obviously, we have
so
Celestine,
this is
and it
good.
looks like we have
Now,
2 Gemini Superiors to go with her.
Secondary objectives.
AS Dogmatica here. No idea what that model is supposed to be, not gonna lie, I don't know sisters that well. And then we have a
A general
BR
idea of what I wanna do,
Hospitalier.
but I'm not like positive.
It seems that these might be what group they're from, BR being a different subgroup of
Mission secondary for this one is
sisters.
pretty god awful, so I'm not gonna.
I actually don't. I don't hate it.
I dig it. I really dig it.
Let me just take a look at what that one is.
So with the Dogmatica, it's got the Sacred Task ability. Very nice. You can do an action and shoot without failing it. Honestly, a very underrated power.
This is
Unflinching
just
determination. Give obsec. It can do the hymns of battle, which can be very scary. And it has some very nice ones. So, if you make a
fine,
ranged
I'm
attack
not-
with a bolt weapon on modified hit, auto
I think it's
pens.
great.
And if
but
you attack a target within half range, you
You give
improve
up
the
on,
AP by 1. That allows a lot of your
you
bolt
have a- I feel
weapons
like
to
you
just
give
go
up a lot
blam
on
straight through people. In addition, you
I
can
actually
also
have
give
no
plus
idea.
1 to the attacks.
What's up?
Very nice.
You know how many points you give up on no prisoners or not?
Gonna double check if we have anything fancy on the
Points
Hospitalier.
on no prisoners.
Seems like it just has the
For
heal.
me,
Yep, it just has the heals.
Looks like about 7 or 8. That's not great.
about.
And it does have the relic
Oh,
here.
kicking.
The relic, Triptarch Macarian Crusade. I probably horribly butchered that. It gives plus 1 to toughness, which is very big. A 4 bin vuln,
17
huge.
for Gemini
And the
are
first
considered
time it
very
fails a
awful.
saving throw, the damage is changed to 0. So this thing is going to be extremely hard to kill. And since it can also heal
Typically
itself,
everyone
I
play
could see
against
this
just
thing
assassination.
sitting there just
That's how I feel
being
with
hard to
DeathGuard, too.
kill
He-
to be hard to
DeathGuard, like,
kill
always run, like, 4 to
into
5
something
characters.
big.
Yeah.
Let's double check this
Love
war
to
suit
use
here.
that.
Looks
Not
very
really.
strong, not gonna lie. Oh yeah. 4 up in Vuln, 4 up Feel No Pain, have the attack damage coming in. Oh, Jesus. These
Yeah, I'm
things
glad I'm
are...
not the one like actually streaming.
Once
'cause
per
I
battle,
swing
it
my
can
mouse
fight
around like
twice.
no one's business. I feel like I give everyone seasickness.
Oh my god.
Speaking of seasickness, I gotta try.
It
at some
must
point,
be your
if you
warlord.
could play Warhammer Tabletop in VR.
So that's nice, at least.
You know, it'd be an
So
experience.
you are forced to take its warlord
Yeah,
trait,
I'm,
but
like,
you could
fully
do
against it.
stuff like
I don't
this
know
thing
if I'd love it.
to get
Maybe
more.
I'll actually grind them down. Yeah, let's do grind them down. Seems decent.
So we got that saint in the making here, which gives it a warlord trait.
Assassinations in the same
which
category
is
as grind them
nice.
down.
We got the nice relic there, the surplus.
Poxwalkers have a 7-up save.
I don't say, but
I
they have a
don't
6
know
up
what
field
causes
pain.
it to scroll up like that. Plus 1 to
is
wounds,
a
can only be
category.
wounded on a
Otherwise,
4 up,
it's
has a
fine.
2 up armor save, making it very hard to kill this warlord.
The 7 up
And
save
it
a
can
6 up field
advance
pain,
in
so it's kind of a
charge,
6 up in
and it
wound,
gets
but,
plus 1
like,
attacks.
shoot 2 damage at them.
And
they
with
kinda just die,
rapturous
but-
blows, it gets plus 1 strength and damage. So this thing will be hitting hard, very hard.
I'm good on secondary.
Especially with that
healer.
blessed blade,
Yep,
going to
I'll give it
EP 3 damage at
I'll
strength
give you-
6. Ooh, that's good.
Roll off for attacker and defender.
You see some very basic sisters here, it seems, with bolt guns and bolt pistols
get to-
for the
you get to
melee.
I'll take red side.
Some nice retributors.
I guess for sake of transparency, I'm spending 1 command
Using
point
the
to put
multi-meltas.
one of the 20 members Poxwalkers in
Pretty
strategic reserve.
interesting.
Okay.
Multi-meltas, obviously, to probably pop the vehicles. In addition, it has the Ministorum Flamer here and a bolt gun for the combi. The Ministorum Flamer being interesting because it has an extra strength. So it's strength 5 over strength 4. So it's actually wounding these DeathGuard on 4 stills. Each one has 2
In
armorarian
the GP
cherubs.
pack, you have to declare all
It
reserves
looks
and
like.
quick at the
Or is that
start.
one each? It's hard to tell from this end
including jetpack ones?
right now.
If they don't start on the
Very
table, you have to
good
declare 'em.
firepower though.
Okay.
We got some
then
nice
I'm
Seraphim
going to
squads.
have,
Double bolt
more than likely
pistols.
these 3
Always
in,
love them.
strap,
They just go blam into things.
leaving 1 6.
Zephyrum. Very nice.
just
They have
just
power
generic-
swords if they
generic
make that
feature, yeah,
charge.
come in 9 inches away
Good
from
for
anything else.
flying around,
Okay.
capping objectives, especially since you can give them objectives secured.
Anyway,
We see them going into
these
deep strike
squad
over
of
there.
Sacrosancts in one of the squads of
As you
Dominion
could
are gonna
figure.
be in each of the rhinos.
We have
Sounds
the
good.
sacristants, which
Um,
I do love.
I'll
They are bodyguards, so they can keep your characters extra safe. Then with their shields, it makes them hard to kill. They do have some very interesting melee. The Spear of the Faithful making them strength 6. Literally the strength times 2 without saying strength times 2. Gonna float over to try to catch this army again.
I am.
The Spear, AP3, 2 damage.
Pick
Very
red side,
powerful.
yeah.
Yeah.
The basic weapon is only AP3, 1 damage though. So you do have to be careful about that when you're mass rolling. No, but here is some... Ooh, we have the Artificer Crafted Storm Bolters. The 2 damage Storm Bolters. Definitely trying to stick with one of those characters to give them buffs. And 2 Rhinos, probably to keep those people safe all the way up the board.
He's over here, so I'm not sure if you could hear us, but at least he knows.
I know Drukari can. Can you have
Yes, the Seraphim
different
also have the
order
models with
rhinos
the hand
compared to
flamers.
your
Yes, I will
Yes,
paste this in a moment.
Yes, it's supposed to be infantry itself.
I figured you could, I just didn't know. All good.
Yeah.
Drukari can do that. I think DeathGuard might be able to with rhinos, but haven't run rhinos in a little bit. So I think since you picked, you deploy first.
Here are the lists for those who are interested. Yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Sorry if it's hard to me to make watch on everything right now. It's our first stream in a while. We have some new streaming structure that we are trying to follow. So I'm trying to be wary of that. And I'm trying to be wary of everything going on. So it's big mess right now.
I'm
Okay, so
right
we
there with you,
reduced
brother. I feel that.
Alright. Now I just need to wait for them to do their deployment and do secondaries. So now is a good time, I'd say, to watch Twitch chat. Oh, looks like they picked their secondaries.
I don't know why that just appeared in my
They did
hand,
not say
but
who was player
Yeah.
1.
strange like that. This isn't difficult, is it? No.
That's going to be fun.
So they're just gonna be. If they can get on that objective with advance, they'll be fine. They'll just be like right there-ish.
Thanks, Clow. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to plug these into the scoreboard real fast for everyone.
Tell me.
So hold tight. I will have to hover over this. So I'll do a lift right. We have engage, assassinate, and strategic scan.
With a rhino.
Engage is very good for high mobile armies that can get into areas.
Okay.
Assassinate is
So we will drop
good.
burst.
for if you have a lot of characters you're facing. Both sides have quite a
So
bit of
it's both
characters.
Very good and very weird
So
on
it's
this map. I like
1,
it, but it's very different
2,
than one
3,
used to.
4, 5
Yeah.
characters here.
Really, I've
And
been
then
playing on
the
like just the
Death
tactical
Guard
force one for like
have
so long.
4
I'm just
characters
so happy I'm
themselves
not
as
playing on
well.
those. They're fine maps.
So
but
everyone's
I got
capable of
burnt out so
potentially
quickly from them.
scoring these. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, he might be a little
They
farther back. but he'll
both
just
took
be, like, generally there.
assassination. That's interesting. And then we have strategic scan,
The other rhino.
which it's not telling me what that does.
Just trying to get set up. There we go.
Strategic scan is probably going to be useful.
Sisters have
Good
a stratagem
for
for
flowing
4
out
up to
into the
9 psychic
battlefield.
powers, correct?
Yes.
And then we have strangle, assassin, grind. I think
I
that
thought I
will
remember
be
seeing
the
that
Death
somewhere. I know
Guard.
Custodes have one. I think World Eaters have one.
Use
I
the stratagem
remember.
in your opponent's psychic phase after a psychic test is passed for an enemy psyker, and after any deny the witch attempt is made. That enemy psyker is within 24 inches of a unit. Roll 1d6. On a 4-up, it is denied.
Alright.
So you can actually do
Engage
your,
on all fronts, I
your
do
Sisters
like
deny and then do the
myself.
stratagem. That's pretty good.
Very good if you can spread out. Assassination,
Death Guard
I
drop over
think
here.
is a bit
Okay.
risky. You need to know that you can blow through your enemy's army. You need to think, can I blow through all of these sister squads and the
Oh, man, dude, my
vehicles
brain
to
was-
get
my brain's
to
fried
this,
today. I looked
to
at,
this,
I looked at
to
Sum Up
this,
Save, and I'm like, how
this,
am I gonna
and
break
this?
through that?
And then, can I kill them? Because they're built to be exceedingly tanky. 4 up in Volt save,
I've
4
done
up
way
in Volt
stupider
save,
things.
4 up in
Probably
Volt
today
save,
I've done
4 up in
stupider
Volt
things, so I'm not
saves.
gonna judge you too hard.
Feel no pains, out the wazoo.
That's just how it
Massive
goes.
power
What
heals.
Vol
We see Morven Vol being played very defensively here.
Yeah, she can easily be character protected. She's only 8 wounds.
Only 8 wounds.
Yeah, only. What does she have, a 4-up invuln?
DeathGuard.
Half damage.
It looks like they
and
are
4-up
trying to get a line
mortals.
of sight for their entropy
Yeah.
cannons on their Plague Burst Crawlers.
So, like, only 4-up, but, like,
Yeah.
she don't want to drop
The
these possessed
mortar
right
doesn't need line of sight. That is a good thing to remember. It is doing lots of damage, though. Just about every shot will be a dead sister, even with Feel No Pains to protect them.
That's going to be under there. Just give me a little bit. Just the terrain decides doesn't want to cooperate sometimes.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you need to think, what other categories do I have still, Buddha Cookie? And what can I be scoring off of with them?
I'll end up like, it's fine.
Because there gets to a point where, you know, you're running out of categories.
Yeah.
What do you take? You know? Because you can sit there and think, well, I have a bunch of Psychers, if you're the DeathGuard. Maybe I take Warp Ritual. But now you need to think, do I commit the forces to trying to contest this mid-objective that hard with a Psyker that close to the enemy, where they could get sniped out by all of this potential power presence between the Multi-Meltas and the Battlesuit, Celestine? Because they can sweep in and just kill you instantly. So those are the risks you have to take sometimes.
We will put a bloat drone over here. It's fine. Do you have any ways to snipe characters or no?
Not effectively. Typically Morgan Vol with a 36-inch heavy 3 or a 36-inch missile launcher. That is about as far as my range goes.
Does that ignore lookout, sir, or is that just generally
That's-
just shooting?
That's just shooting.
Okay, that's fine then.
Can you
Another-
snipe
yeah, so
characters?
Bloodborne
Talks
over
about normal
another
shooting
Pet
rules.
Hunter Alpha Legion.
Some Warhammer players never
Wait,
change.
I didn't. Again, it's one of those things. Like I'm pretty sure they don't. But the one moment
Yeah.
I assume
That is
they
so
don't,
true,
it's gonna
Buddha
be the
Cookie. There's
death
always
of me.
that
It's
one
like, oh, just kidding,
secondary.
I have 30 snipers and
It
every one of
doesn't
your
do
character
you
dies.
anything a
Yeah.
lot of times, but you have to take the third. You may as well try it. In here, there's a lot of characters that need to be protected. Maybe it is worth the risk. Maybe it's not. Because we have 5 characters on the sisters that need to be protected. Well, the Death Guard only have 4. Death Guard are notoriously pretty hard to kill, not gonna lie.
Looks like you got removed.
And with all of
So you
these
disconnected.
Poxwalkers,
Until they disconnected, I'm still showing.
it'll be interesting to see.
I'm trying to connect back.
Gotcha. Okay.
It says connecting to player.
Good.
Timeout Steam client.
What everything should be this. I mean, I didn't set up the
Laughs
room,
and
but I can't
Admech
imagine the password would
infantry
change
and
from the beginning,
raiders?
'cause That's just
Yeah.
a weird way of doing things.
Lord Praetor, what you gotta do, you gotta go bigger than that. You need to take
Did I
a
might have to have
Vanguard
a word with
detachment
the developer
of
PDFs,
nothing
like,
but
hey, what are you doing?
3...
Good, bro.
What is it? Which one's the character sniper again for the assassins? Oh, I forgot their name. 3 of them and
Doesn't-
1
if you-
Calexis.
Dragon Queen, if you could promote them, it might be good. It might be.
Red
I don't know if it
player,
auto promotes. It's also been. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. There's a way to fix it if it doesn't auto promote.
Mhm.
Oh, looks like they got upper promoted. So I can just go ahead and put my interface away. For your viewing pleasure.
Retributors.
Just take 3 Vindicares and just say, your characters don't belong here. Celestine's bodyguards count. Oh,
The
Celestine's
armor
bodyguards have the
units are not
character
part of the
role.
unit, they're
Right.
more
I
just
completely
focused
forgot
on-
about that.
They're just icons, because what
Yeah.
they let them shoot again.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's little icons for them.
yeah. Alright, that's retributed down.
Okay, so
Okay.
that makes
We will
potential assassinations
Poxwalkers
a bit
down.
better. So you could potentially score
well,
all
you
15
guys-
with it with a
Here's fine.
relative
center.
air quotes ease. I think it's interesting that they both took it. They are both planning on just plowing through each other's screens in mass and then taking each other out.
Okay.
What are your thoughts, chat? Would you take assassination into either of these lists?
Okay.
Did not leave any room for all of my stuff. That's fine.
Best part is
I've made
Cybernetica
worse
has
mistakes.
characters, so his
Some possessors
bros
gonna
can
drop.
keep him safe.
Over here is fine.
You wouldn't?
Okay.
Understandable. I agree. None of the targets look easy, but it looks like they are going to be in their face.
Celestine and her Gemini. Here.
What would you take instead here for the sisters if you're in this
We will drop the
situation?
other plague burst just in this dense here.
Because I'm pretty sure the sisters took engage, assassinate, and strategic scan, and it's the DeathGuard that took stranglehold, assassinate, and grind them down.
The Celestian Squad.
2 up armor, 4 up invuln, 4 up feel no pain. Fuck that. Hey, you know, you'll kill them eventually. Maybe not. That's a question I need to figure out real quick. Where's the Hospitalier?
We'll put the other bloat drone if my mouse would grab
Okay,
it.
it specifies infantry. Okay, because if that mentioned character in there, it could have potentially healed this suit. I don't think this suit has the infantry keywords.
Apologies, he's actually going to move to the
Yeah,
other side of the
there
possessed,
it
just
is.
over here.
Okay.
Drown them in dice and they might die.
Retributor Squad.
Hey, we are all for drowning people in dice. I love to see, you know, max powered boy squads just sit there and be like, I'm rolling 150 attacks because of goths, exploding 6s, rerolling 1s. I hit you, you know, 220
I thought you were just
times.
gonna, like, say Dragon had, I thought you were just gonna
Rolling
call Dragon out on his
wounds.
own stream
No,
and just be like,
no,
oh,
no.
they have bad internet, but no, it's just hosting 2 people, yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. I have the second Retributor Squad down.
Some more poxwalkers.
Toy man blob a vanguard with a few strats and a Logi Manipulus and they might die.
To see where they can actually drop. Something like this is fine with the other guys behind the tree.
Yeah, those AdMech are nuts right now.
The game of moving poxwalkers. It's everyone's favorite.
This man talking
Half
about
of my turn
moving
is moving the damn
poxwalkers.
Yeah, they're just gonna drop there. It's fine.
Clearly he hasn't played Oops 150 Termagants. Everyone loves Oops 150 Termagants, right?
Let me think first.
They just pop up and spray at things.
Move the Hospitaller over to here, outside the ruins. Okay.
Sorry, is it my job?
Your job.
These Terminators are gonna be awkward because I didn't leave a lot of room for them, but they should be able to fit somewhere. Generally.
This
first
man
movement,
talking
not
about
my
not
favorite
fitting
thing,
enough room when he's
but
not
I've seen
playing an
worse
Orc Car
things,
Depot.
so
I find it
that's
interesting though.
I should have placed that plague.
We
burst
have all the
differently. Wow,
Terminators
this
over
sucks.
here.
This is just terrible.
Yeah.
It's exclusively my own fault, but like, come on, I know how to do better.
He manages to fit
I think
both
that's fine, as long as
squads.
that's 2 inches, yeah.
That is a bit of a shaky deployment, if you ask
Yeah.
me. But I dig it.
On-
Lots of Deathshot Terminators. Very fun to see. Oh, I love Terminator armor. Oh, let's get a nice big view of the damage on these things.
So warm that it's just gotta be on it no matter what.
Ooh, strength
you love
7
it.
AP3 2
Just have to like
damage.
that.
Or double the shot at strength 5 AP1 1 damage. Rerolling
A
ones to
horrific cat person
wound.
myself, but I do respect
Oh
cats.
my god. And bodyguard powers. 4
this one's-
attacks
I
apiece
should have placed that plague
base.
burst anywhere but where I placed it,
Hitting on
being, like,
2s
terrible.
in melee. Screw trying to roll hits. We got
Come on.
Plague Spurt gauntlets. We got those Plague Hand Flamers. The Strength 3 AP 1 damage just goes.
BTS, I believe in you. Something like that
Oh my god.
is there.
Yeah.
I'm starting to remember why I hate this countering. The sneaking suspicion.
Hey, it's not the worst.
Mega Conscriptor
I
Guard.
would argue that it is.
T5, 2 up
Would
save,
argue
they
that
are
it is.
very scary. Thankfully, they don't have their 5 up feel no pain anymore. They just take -1 flat damage. So, obnoxiously more consistently less
Just gonna
damage.
go there because I don't know how to deploy apparently.
Considering a lot of the good ways to kill things right now have been damage to weapons, down to damage 1.
You done with yours?
Done, yeah.
Can this will be moved over?
Yeah, the -1 toughness armies, they're basically always wounding the sisters
Eventually.
on 2s when they get in melee.
Indoors.
And half of the sisters' faction bonuses that they're running are based on Bloodied Rose to be in
It's
melee.
the Dogmata that has the hymn, yeah?
Yes, Dogmata has the him.
And they're over there. Cool.
So it'll be very easy to wound a lot of that army.
Because anyone who knows War Hymns has one base. War Hymn gives +1 to the attack characteristic of whoever.
I think this is going to be a very who goes second game. Who has to pull out of their somewhat safe deployment? I think sisters want to go second here. They want all of that to get out into the midfield where it can start to be shot at instead of trying to push forwards.
Cool. So I just have 2 characters left, which are gonna go.
And I think if
Fit them. I think I
DeathGuard
left,
get
like,
turn
a
1, they're
decent
going to
bit
get
of
a ton
deployment,
of
but
buffs
also I thought
off,
I left out on the
but
other
they
side, so
do need to be wary
sometimes
about
it
going
doesn't
too
always work the way you
far
think it does.
out. Oh,
just gonna go
I
like
feel that.
Okay.
T5, 2 up
I
save,
think we
6
just
up
roll for
invulns.
deployment then, right? Unless I'm
What
forgetting
unit was he
something.
using to do that?
Cool.
If he's using
Deployment
T5,
for first turn.
that has to be... That sounds like he was running Hive Guard with the plus cover bonus in Leviathan.
Okay, so we roll off now for turns.
Yes, they seem to be Bloody Rose and Argent Shroud. I will double blap the list real fast for all who are interested.
I actually don't know if I want to go first. I mean, I have to, but like, I don't actually know if I want to in this matchup. Yeah. Start of the first battle round, you do stuff, yeah? Because you did declare whatever your...
Yep.
I
Alright.
don't remember what it's called. The special.
Quantum Otter has turn 1 here.
I have a couple things to do as a start. I choose a Sacred Rite. I have to move my Rhino. And
Yep.
I have to do... I'm pretty sure Morven Ball does her thing at the start of just start it.
We have pre-game powers going off to get the free
No, it's in my
movements.
command phase. So, the Sacred Rite I am going for.
Oh, you were T5
is
with your
Hand of the Emperor.
Breachers.
It adds
He was in
1
this with
to advance and
OAP.
charge rolls made.
Ah, yeah,
This
that's
goes
rough.
for the entire army.
Damn.
Says
It
with the
is-
Bloody Rose stuff.
Yeah, it's a simple one. It's not the best, but it's my favorite. And before your turn
Admittedly,
begins,
Wretched are not the best, but I just enjoy them.
yeah. Because Dominions are in both of the Rhinos, they have Holy Vanguard, so before the first turn begins, I can move them 6 inches. I cannot be within 9 inches of you, but that's not much.
Yeah, I don't have any forward deploys or anything, so.
And this one will move.
It says Ebon Chalice on the name and Argent Shroud on the actual list, so I think it's Argent. I also think it's Argent
Okay.
Shroud because it shows AS here on that unit for Argent Shroud. And some of the other units, that says BR for Bloodied Rose.
That should be all for me.
Good. At the start of my command phase, I don't need to do anything. No, I don't need to do anything. Phase,
Miracle Dice,
oh.
before I forget.
Yeah, go for it, because you get your Miracle Dice.
Miracle Dice, everyone's favorite part.
4.
Nice.
I have a 4 to say for later.
Let's start a battle round. stuff. Blue Death Shroud are gonna advance. They're advancing 6, nice.
Alright, so we got
Fix
the
my
Death
mistakes.
Guard going turn 1 here. Going for a nice big movement.
First turn movement
The-
is how you fix deployment.
Exactly.
First turn movement
Not
is
a
how you
good way
fix
of doing
deployment,
things, but that's how I like
but
to
can
do things.
also
If I
be
have to.
how
I
you
just
get
like doing it that way. But
killed.
sometimes it's just how it is. I'll actually just move him like.
This is for in advance.
Yeah, he moved. He's rolled a 6, so he moves 11. I just want to actually see if I
Yep,
want to move
that
him the
Death
full
Shroud's moving 11.
way or not.
Fast boy.
You don't have any way to like pick up
Go with
pick up
zoom.
units and put them down somewhere else, do you?
No. Besides 1 CP to pick up a fly unit and another CP to put him back down.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So I think we'll just.
Yet again, I'm not Alpha Legion.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I've played against like a fair bit of. My mate just got his Thousand Sun painted, so I've been playing against that. So like, a lot of it's been, and like, a lot of it's just like, oh, I get to crystal everywhere. It's like, oh, cool. Duplicity and crystal just everywhere in the world.
I played about 12 games so far. 11 of them have been sisters, and I've been loving it. And one of them has been Alpha Legion, and it was horrible. I had not had fun.
I wish Chaos Space Marines got their FAQ update, but I'm not going to turn this stream into like a preach. Sorry, that was the Green Death Shroud advancing. I'm not going to preach like to the choir about like, oh, I'm not going to mass. Maybe it's good for a stream audience actually, just mass appeal like, Chaos should get 2 wounds, and then just hearing in the background.
Yeah,
It's fine. I just need to move him down.
Thank you, Valling von Telsa.
Exactly. Transform tool would work.
Yeah, that is
That's
the
not working.
Death
Okay,
Guard
so
game
just
plan,
slow.
but you do also need to be a bit
No,
more
it's
strategic about it. You don't want to get
better
too
using
close
this
into
anyways.
rapid fire range. You want to check your sight lines so not
And
too much
go
is
down.
hitting you.
Exit. Okay.
There are a lot of meltaguns
This
pointing at
army
you
right
if you
here
get too
I have,
close.
I honestly
And
own
they
half
will
of it
eat
right
your
now,
Terminators
even though I'm
alive.
still weighing units,
I don't know
but
if
this might
your
be the final
unit
draft
wants to
of this
eat
list.
4
Got you.
multi-meltas from the Sisters of
own
Battle.
all the
So that will
models that I
just go
need. I have
blam
about
to your
15
face.
Poxwalkers unbuilt and about 20 unpainted, so I just need to. It's literally only Poxwalkers I need to paint, and I don't want to paint more Poxwalkers. I don't want to paint more Poxwalkers.
Yeah.
They're fine. I just don't want to.
I have like 3 more standard sisters boxes.
You wish
to
Sacred
buy,
Rose
a
was more
Retributor.
viable?
I'm doing a sick hit.
Well, it
hit
doesn't make
bash
them
for
that
each
viable
Ephraim
in
and
your opinion,
Sephram
Diamond
swap,
Boots,
where I'm putting them on horseback.
compared to the others.
That's actually super cool.
Because I
love
know Bloodied
any
Rose
kit
is
bash
good
I'm,
in
like, all
melee.
for.
I forget
Yeah.
which one it was that can
Great time.
ignore AP2 with
that's
that
fine,
one
yeah.
special character.
I have a Celestine one that's taking the Yindastra wings from Age of Sigmar.
I've actually seen those wings, but I've heard they seem They seem fun, if nonetheless. 1 more inch.
They
We'll
look good.
get them on the terrain. That messes with their stuff, but I can just kind of move them.
You run yours Sacred Rose? Well, tell me about your Sacred Rose. Rose is viable if you want to double down on shooting. Ooh. I mean, shooting twice is a very
just
powerful
shuffle behind him.
bonus.
White Poxwalker's advancing. This is just the advancing turn.
Okay. Yeah.
You get Faith for
Talk, please.
free. Ooh.
I'm wondering how much of your stuff. Is
Also
gonna
like
be
having more
shifting
Faith
this turn.
dice.
Not a horrific amount. I mean,
Yeah.
some, but I'm not
Yeah.
worried. If it happens, it's cool, but I'm not like totally. First turn, if I
Thank
Death Guard isn't
you,
an alpha
Blunted
strike type army,
Straight
so if I don't get a
Slen.
huge alpha strike, whatever.
For following.
Flag spike. Here we are. How it goes. Everyone's favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'm excited to paint the full army. I have a color scheme similar to this, but all the red is purple instead. Because I love purple much more than red.
I have a
The
love-hate
relic is
relationship
really
with
nice too.
purple.
It's Valorous Heart
I
that
like it,
reduces
but
up to
sometimes I just
AP2.
don't.
Yeah,
I just like
that
I
is
painted so
the
much
thing
purple
I
'cause I
like
painted
for
a lot of my friend's
sisters.
stuff. It's very mediocrely, but he just didn't want to paint it. Just go there. He'll not touch the terrain. But like,
Morale boosts
know,
are kind of meh
purple's
right
fine,
now,
it's just
one of those
especially
things.
since it's better
It's
to
a
run
nice
smaller
little-
squads because of blast.
gotcha. I respect it.
I wish I like the changes to morale for bigger units,
Moving.
but I think for
Again,
smaller
fixing
units
my
of like
poor
up to
mistakes.
10, the new morale is just kind of more
at
of the
this thing,
same a
Scorpion
lot
is
of
the
the
aura.
time.
He's the aura of not charging, and a big old super flamer, but mostly the aura of not charging.
Mhm.
You rolled. Come on. Four, so he has another 2 something. I think honestly,
Exploding
he
hits
just
on
moved up
shooting for
2.
1 command point. Ooh.
Here's another
That could go
0.5
really
for
good
he
with
needs
some
it.
of the extra
He
bolter
might as
AP
well, he doesn't have a
bonuses that
reason not to.
exist.
Just having the ring up for
Just
for
spray
is very useful. So I'm gonna
and
have that on my
slay.
Hospitaller because Hospitaller has a 6 up heal no thing.
I don't think you have any way to like move and then disembark, but even if that's not a horribly great charge,
Nah.
okay with that.
We see the DeathGuard planning out for what the next turn may bring. Very nice to see. Being cautious of the line of sight, making sure everything's capable of moving up to try to go for the round 2 punch,
not want to cooperate,
when his
which is
deep
just
strike
how it
can
is.
come in to
Oh,
assist him.
disconnected. I
And
talked bad about
looks
the
like
map, and now
one
it
of them
doesn't want me
crashed.
back.
Yeah, it just
How dare
disconnected you too.
Connecting me, yeah.
Disconnected me as well.
Uh-oh, both players got
There are worse
disconnected.
things.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. Maybe. Hold on, I have to unmute.
Room doesn't look like it's open. I can't see the room, so yeah, I might have to
What happened there?
keep him muted just because.
I unmuted Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, all good.
this
Just only one of us needs to.
Currently playing
good?
custom orders for Warhammer. Ooh, nice.
Dragon, we good?
My thing's still open.
We cannot see it.
Okay. So, I want to do everyone's favorite transition screen real quick.
The room's not showing up for me either.
Yeah, we're. Hold on.
You might need to restart Tabletop Simulator as a whole. We'll see if I crash going to main menu or not.
Okay. I'll restart Tabletop Simulator just to get that going. Quantum, if you could as well.
Might as well just hurt.
Yeah.
Worth a try.
Yep, there goes Tabletop Simulator. It crashed. It wouldn't be a Tabletop Simulator stream without the servers dying when you're in them.
I like got a note. I've got a notification. I was like, oh, I wonder what the ad is, and I just looked at it. It's like, oh, it's the stream. Awesome. I'm just blind.
Quantum, the game crashed for Dragon as well. Be pulled up.
There's an issue with Steam
Gotcha,
right
cool,
now.
cool.
It might not
There
be
should be an
up for a
autosave
while.
sometime. We'll
Ooh,
figure it
that
out.
would be annoying if it's not.
Technology do be technology, so.
Yeah, things happen.
I swear my Wednesday streams are cursed.
The foul plague spread over the holy Prometheum, burn them out. Love it. I don't know.
It might just be how
Horribly
people
confident.
like
We'll see how
playing
the
their
game
stuff,
goes.
Diamond Boots.
Worst
Because,
things.
you know, for Gene Stealer cults, I'm going to use a Gene Stealer cult analogy here. Running a pure cult is actually very powerful. But running a mixed cult detachment is actually better because you don't care about what the bonus the cult gives you. You care about the stratagems and the warlord traits and the relics more. Yeah, looks like I cannot
Lovely
launch.
weather we're having.
Can you guys launch Tabletop Simulator? I keep getting an error.
I have Tabletop Simulator up.
Weird. I keep getting
restarted
a
Tabletop, so it's
pop-up
up for me.
that says
The
it
room is not up,
cannot.
but I don't know if I don't know if that's been reset yet or not. So
Nope.
I'm not gonna worry too much about
My
it.
Tabletop Simulator was yelling at me that it cannot do something. It was trying to keep. It kept trying to launch in offline mode for some reason.
Huh. Okay, so has that been fixed?
Yes, I am
Okay.
loading back into the map right now.
Okay. Dragon
The server seems to be up. It just doesn't seem to have a game open, so I'll wait for that to actually
Yes, wait
load
for
in
me
before, 'cause
to
if you
actually
in
load the
early, it
game,
can mess some
please.
stuff up.
Okay. I see that it is up.
Yep.
I'll load in and re-meet you now, Dragon.
Yay.
Alright. Connecting to it.
That's where you go. Didn't unmute him. I'm assuming that it's the same password. That's what I should say.
Failed to join. Let me try again.
Technology just happens. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
How does it just be like that?
And then with Tabletop Simulator, if you're not in the same room, you're gonna have problems.
If you are in the same room, you're gonna have problems.
You're gonna have some problems.
Well,
The same password? It's saying, like,
difficult,
Alright.
connect via
'cause-
password.
I am loaded back in.
I tried again and it worked.
Okay, I'll try
I'm
one more
in
time.
now.
I was about to say I don't want to. I was about to say I was like, oh, I don't want to dox the stream on. Like, I don't want to dox the password on stream. But if everyone saw them make the password or make the room rather.
Yeah. And our screens aren't on stream. It's his.
It's his, yeah. But I'm just saying if he made the room, then like everyone would probably see it realistically.
Silly players
I'll try
don't know
restarting
that I
Tabletop
changed
Sim
to a
one more time.
transition screen that
Okay.
you couldn't see me. Do that.
Eventually a game will happen.
Well, they wait. I will get a word from this sponsor I have next to me. H2O. You literally need it to live.
Like, by the way, I got a new arm stand for it, so like I just want to make sure
I
I'm
feel
not,
that
like,
Diamond Boots. I
breathing
could
down everyone's
min-max
neck on accident.
when I play Genes to their cults. I could play mix cults. I could grab every little minute bonus I need.
Yeah, because
Or I could just play Bladed Gog the whole
So I
way.
wanted to make sure I wasn't like
Give all my infantry
immediately
that
too
6
close,
up
and
invuln
everyone's
save.
like, I hate this.
Move and shoot my infantry without heavy
I'm worried
penalties.
about my cat voicing his displeasure on me not letting him on my lap.
Because, you know
Very
what?
possible.
It's fluffy.
He's too
I
warm.
like it. My Swarm Lord has a
What kind
Reaper
of cat is it, out
Chainsword
of
arm
curiosity?
because I felt like it.
It's a black and white cat. If there was no.
Plus, I
breed of
love the
cat
lore
other
behind the
than
Bladed
color.
Cog. Mm.
It's the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Weird, it's not even showing up for me anymore. In terms of the rooms.
Press the refresh button.
Yeah,
Timeout client. Hold
Never
on.
mind. Yeah, because
You're
I've been
gonna
trying.
get timed
I've been I've been doing the refresh, and it's not quite.
Yeah, I got.
It's like stopping
kicked
at
out.
like.
I got kicked out from disconnect. Let's see if I got. Keep dragon muted.
I'll keep him muted.
Yeah.
So now- Password. I'm gonna unmute Dragon just so I can. The password is because it's saying I'm failing to pick password.
Here I'll shoot you the password. So I got it.
Remute him then. How'd you like those 2 seconds of not saying anything when you were unmuted? I mean, I'll try again, but I thought I did that password.
It worked for me. It didn't let me into the disconnect.
English. Got it.
Alright.
The only thing you fear is painting white.
Charm. What have I moved yet? I think I was just moving these raiders is what I was doing.
Well, we can pull up deployment zones as well, just to show
I mean,
what hasn't been moved up.
Pretty sure.
Let's be fair. No one cares if you have a purple-looking Tyranid and you're running it in High Fleet Jormungandr. As long as your opponent can easily dictate. Thank you for following Shuken Tenkino Uso.
Just as planned.
As long as your opponent can easily dictate between what is what, it works out. You see no text-to-speech.
I can say anything about the terrain because apparently that caused a nationwide issue. They're just gonna make sure not to touch the terrain so they're obscured. Zest. I don't really have somewhere else to be. Full advance. Just so nice.
Ay. Shakes my head at you. God damn it. You have your custom forge world that is also mostly white. I can endure another white army. Ay, diamond boots. You'd like to see my army diamond boots. Most everyone is in bright purple and teal.
This was 9 and then another 2. They are DeathGuards. They ignore the difficult ground penalty.
Okay.
Poxwalkers don't, but every other infantry does.
That sounds interesting. You learned the difficulty of painting white when painting weapons for the Iron Hands.
There's a lot of melee coming down Main Street.
Quite a bit. We'll just advance. I'll just move him 6 and then I'll move him what else I need to.
I gotta remember to have up a bookmark on my.
There's another 3 inches.
Just for when you're done. There you go.
Fine. Yeah. Fine, they're obscured anyways, so.
At that point, you just have your choice of what? Korax and Wraithbone?
6. I don't think he needs to move much farther than that, but. It's fine. I'll roll it for posterity, but he doesn't need to move farther than that. And he won't move farther than that if he wanted to. This drone's fine back here. Big burst. This guy's fine. And he can mortar. Yeah, he can mortar them. Some deep strikes, I should still screen a bit. Melee stuff in deep strike, yeah? Because that's what the Zephyr are?
Yes. Zephyr and Zephyr have deep strike.
Cool. Zephyr are shooting, Zephyr are melee, it looks like.
That's how I feel about it, Diamond. As long as it looks good in the end and you're happy with it.
Sure. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's fine. I could screen. Screening's worthwhile.
I slightly regret not painting my Inquisitor in bright purple and teal armor. But I like the green I got off. It looks amazing.
Retributors.
Sentry Tusk and Cantor Blue.
Yeah, he can mortar Retributors. So that will be a movement. Hold on, I have one more Psyker. He's just gonna move up.
Okay.
Alright,
As long
looks
as
like
he's-
we're
yeah, that's
almost done with the movement
Now it's
phase
Psychic
here.
phase.
Yeah, we're
We'll
moving
start
on
with
to
a
psychic
miasma.
phase.
For the decide to load in.
Miasma Pestilence
Big-
from the Playcaster.
Speed.
Do they have a kill zone?
A little bit of a lag
I'm
spike,
not
but
sure.
actually, I'll just use dice from over here. That's fine. It goes off on a 6, I believe. Definitely goes off on 11. So we will put that onto
I don't
Possess
think
here.
they do.
And
Toby's. I don't think they do
Legs won't do
yet.
anything. Yeah, so we will cast
Yeah.
Petros and Vitality. 6. I'm almost certain it goes off. It might go off on a 7. Nope, Petros goes off on a 7, but he does have a reroll once per phase, so he'll just use that now. It just won't go in the box. It goes off on a 10. You mostly just have bolters and meltas, yeah?
Bolters, Meltas, quite a few Flamers.
Okay, and Flamers are strength 4.
Let me see. Ministorm Flamer, strength 5.
Okay.
The Hand Flamer is strength 4.
It's just on the various troops in the back. So we'll just put Putrescent onto the Poxwalkers here. Other Plaguecaster has damage and no damage. Actually, maybe damage. He can smite you for what it's worth.
Playcasters trying to get their powers off here.
In-
We do see a
Relic range,
putrescent
but, I mean,
vitality
just
coming
smite
down
for
for
smite.
+1 strength and toughness for
On a
these
7,
Poxwalkers, so they're
Just
going to
measured, but I'm
T5.
almost certain you're not within 12.
Strength 4.
No way you're within 12.
Much harder to kill now.
You should be in deny range with. Did the rhinos get the deny?
Yeah, they're. I do believe.
Everything gets the deny, from what I remember.
I believe everything does. Yeah. So I roll a. Or no, I just
It'll be
did
interesting to
six.
see what tries to happen to some of these Poxwalkers.
No, it goes.
Looks like
Nothing.
the possessed here have the
Also,
miasma of
Deep
pestilence, so they're
Immortals.
-1 to be hit. They are very scary. They move 7.
2 mortals on the Rhino.
They ignore penalties to their
There's
movement.
leper, but that won't do anything. He has plague wind, that also won't do anything.
They
No, we'll
ignore
just pass second phase.
modifiers.
The
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
phase, we will start with this plague burst. He's gonna put the entropy into these retributors here.
Okay.
The mortar. I don't know if I said entropy. The one that ignores line of sight, which is the mortar.
Mhm.
Yep, we
You
see
take
the mortar coming
shots.
into some retributors here.
Yeah, that's fine. Hitting on.
They are near the hospitaliers.
don't
They are
believe I need to go
slightly
over it
harder
again
to
to
kill
get to
from
you.
it.
Just 3s.
Strength
I believe.
phase.
Leaving you. 1 miss. And 2 is rolling 1s with plague weapon. 2 at -2.
2 at -2 means I need a 5 up.
Wow! Double 5-ups for those retributors.
The other plague burst will do the entropy and I guess the slugger for what it's worth into the rhino, and the border into those same retributors.
Alright. So we see this plague burst going
We'll start
ham
with
with
the
its entropy
mortar.
cannons
Shots for
into that
2.
rhino, and its mortar is going to try to
8
pop
command
those
points,
scary ass
that's-
retributors.
Just started with the entropy. We'll see if you roll that. 2 again.
Oh, you
That's how
hate
it
to
goes.
see that.
2 shots
That's how
with
it
the
goes.
mortar,
It's
both
not
hit,
1, so I'll take it. Both hit at
Yeah.
least. 2's are rolling. Cool. So 2
and
at
both
-2.
wound.
2, 5.
Ooh,
1.
wow.
Damage, but it doesn't matter because they're just 1 wound.
Hospitaller, since she is within 3 inches, on a 6. 6, I'm good. 6, feel nothing.
That's fine. It is 2 damage, so you would have had to roll 2, but either way.
So just
Should you
one,
run your Iron
one
Warriors
moment.
as
It's
loyalists?
One hit on 2 damage.
I mean, such things do exist, more or less.
Dude, this
Do the slugger next because it's disappointing.
There are some hinted evidences
Okay, one
that
hit.
there are some
Flying slugger's
still
disappointing,
loyal remnants of Traitor
Oh, no,
Legions.
-1 onto the rhino.
Alright, that is means I need a 4 up.
So you have that.
It's 1 damage. Entropies. Hit. Wounds on a 3. Yeah, 3 rolling ones. 1 wound at -4.
This one's on the rhino. I don't believe the rhino has the invuln. Let me check.
I believe they do. I don't. Sisters rhinos might.
Isn't
I'm
that
almost
just Grey Imperial
sure rhinos
Fist?
don't. I think Thousand Sons rhinos
no,
do.
there's
but
a
they're
bit
just-
more than that,
They do
actually.
Shield of Faith. That's right. So it's
Because
like
the Iron Warriors come from a separate gene seed.
Shield of Faith. This thing. Alright. Won't kill it, but D3 plus 3 damage.
I'm trying to remember which chapter it was. I think it was the Red Scorpions has it.
Down to 1, which is
That every sergeant is actually an apothecary, so they can pick up the
No
gene
other
seed from their
shooting.
fallen allies to keep their gene seed hidden from the rest of the Imperium.
that's fine. I think we'll just pass turn because I don't have any other real shooting here.
Alright, and that
Yeah,
will be
we'll
it
just
for
pass turn here.
the Death Guard. They
In terms of
moved.
Scoring. I don't get Stranglehold. Don't get Assassinate. Don't get Grind because I can kill it.
They
Cool.
did.
Yeah, we'll just pass to you.
Jackal, and they're passing. Going
I have a couple things to do
into
in command phase.
turn 2 of
To
round
start,
1 for the
um,
Sisters.
Let's start off just top to bottom, most important things I gotta remember. Morgan Vol has a ability, command phase within 6 inches. She designates a unit. They could re-roll hit and wound rolls. She's gonna choose these guys over here. The Dogmata is going to start him. She's gonna do Catching of Repugnance. 3 up, she's gonna use it on the Celestian squad. 3 up Inspire. Okay, it's inspiring. It is so it's fine. I think there is probably one more thing I'm forgetting, or it might be I'm still thinking of the rhinos. That should be it. Okay. Command to movement.
It will be interesting to see how these are going to be moving out.
I forget. Can vehicles move then disembark?
No, not unless you're like an Impulsor, which has a little bit of faith you can.
I think it's time I get these people out.
So it looks like the
Yeah.
Rhinos
I'm
really
out
did their
of the
job.
rhino.
this managed to live at 1 wound from the last shooting. So we're going to be dropping out some tanks. Here come the Sacristants and the Dominions.
The Rhino only traveled 6 inches, but you know what? That's 6 more inches than I.
Movement's
would
movement,
have
mate.
Yeah.
I really love those Dominion squads. They are
Slowly.
ridiculous. Interesting to see that they are getting everyone out before they move the previous unit.
Tabletop sim doing tabletop sim things.
Yeah.
That might be a bit of a misplay, or they are wanting to do it on purpose to make sure that they keep those people at a slightly safer
Now,
distance.
If I could disembark, then move the tank.
Be able to, if you disembark, you should be able to move the tank. Just you can't move the tank and then disembark.
Okay. I'm going to move the tank back 3 inches.
I'll keep them in range of the possessed here.
Drop the chaosy bits and go for it.
I can keep measuring if you want to just move it however you want
No,
to.
I
mean,
can only
yeah.
move them 3 inches because it's one.
You can't bracket as hell.
You could say that, you know, A
Alright,
group fell to chaos but then returned to be loyal,
sisters.
only using the power of
Let's go
chaos to fight
here.
itself.
Move up.
Be a bit radical on the loyalty, but loyal nonetheless, right?
Nope. Here. I'm going to roll advance for Celestine and the Gemini.
Good.
1, but +1 with our right. So they move up. Let me see.
The sisters have units like that. I mean, if you think about it, the sisters' units that are like that are kind of duct taped into vehicles and sent to the front lines to die.
Wait, Celestine can advance and charge or no?
No,
I'm not sure how they do that. I don't use the scribes
I don't
myself.
think she's in range this turn
It's
anyways,
just
but
a
out of
personal
curiosity.
preference that I am
I
a
mean,
she's
by
in
the
range,
book
but-
kind of person more than, you know, trusting a community driven thing.
The Celestians are now going to do their advance.
Mildly further swerve.
4, so now they move 10 inches.
Yeah, the difference between being a willful person and being effectively a servitor is only a mild swerve difference.
Zoom in in order for me to. I'm living.
It is a very big place, and there are a lot of things out there.
Sisters are like the Celestians are not, correct?
Dogmata makes.
I mean, they've probably tried it and gotten away with it.
It says you disconnected.
Hey there, Scrapper.
Still
How you doing?
says, I still appear to be connected. Wait, maybe not. It's not letting me move stuff.
It might be. It might be trying to reconnect it.
Yeah.
I'll hold for now.
I think it just kicked me. For 40 long years.
Yeah. Radica Inquisitors do that a lot, using chaos to kill chaos. I mean, have you looked at Inquisitor Eisenhorn? He has a pet demon. Someone did drop. They are trying to reconnect. We might see Tabletop Simulator crash again in a minute. It loves to do that. I'm gonna ask you, Chet, how many crashes is too many crashes for a stream?
Feel free to keep doing your movement or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on you to come back so you at least know
All good.
where.
You're all good, mate. As long as you just tell me where stuff moved at the end, it should be fine.
Mhm.
20.
I'm going to advance these retributors. here.
Alright, Klaus called it. If we have 20 crashes, I'm gonna end the stream. Because at that point it's cursed, so I need to go find Zinch. The stream is allowed to be a little scuffed. It's Tabletop Simulator. It's a peer-to-peer system that everyone knows crashes all the fucking time. It's hard to think that the same people that brought you some of your favorite childhood Flash games created a game that crashes so often. So what are your thoughts here, sisters? Do you plow and engage them in melee?
Move hospitality.
Or do you play in a much more safer situation where you don't try to get in melee with them? Because it looks like your charge targets are either a
I'm going to
20-man
advance the standard
blob
super
of
squad, yeah.
zombies, a 10-man blob of possessed, or 3 Death Shroud Terminators.
That's 5. 11.
Of course, you do also have some very scary shooting ready
This
to
one's
back
pretty
that
solid.
up.
Like
Yeah.
in Bloody Rose too. What the other? I know the other options are like decent enough as well. All of them seem decent. Is the thing.
Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be a one like super clear take, which I kind of like.
Yeah. Like the one that's most people gravitate towards is exploding sixes.
Oh yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, that one's really good. But given that I run Argent Shroud and Bloody Rose, they both like advance and charging.
For sure. It's a best of both worlds because
Yeah.
Exploding Six is great for the Bloody Rose part, but the Argent Stride doesn't really want to get in combat.
Yeah. Alright. Rhino is going to make the advance. Come on. Alright, so 16 inches.
That Rhino definitely moving up. I don't think it's dropped its payload yet, though. So that could be a bit scary for the things inside. Sister's definitely looking to set up a turn 1 3-point engage on all fronts.
I have a option. I think I might be fine if I this 6-inch R. I'm going to advance with Marvin Ball. Brings her up to 12-inch movement. With her 6-inch core, so I know who's in it. Fantastic. Difficult ground counts -2 even if they are inside of it, right? Or it might be wholly.
As long as if you ever move through it, you get a -2.
Move through -2. Okay. Retributors are going to make their advance. The Retributors buffed up by Morgan on.
They're
Fantastic.
moving.
Yeah. Alright, so that's 7. Bring them up to 13, which in reality is 11. Fantastic. These girls are also in line.
That's right, Streamlabs. You should all come and join our Discord server if you haven't already. This is a very interesting movement we see going on. He is looking like he wants to kill those Terminators really hard. We do have yet to see some of those people who jumped out at Rhino to get to moving. It will be interesting to see how they move. They did choose to jump through the crater, interestingly enough, when they could have just tried to walk around it. So we need to see how that's going to affect their movement in a negative light. Or if they remember that they can move after jumping out of a transport. Because they do seem to not know their transport rules very well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Get a little bit more out of her. Alright, so that brings her up to 12-inch. Just going to move to stay in obscuring over here.
Sounds good.
I'll say obscuring is about here. I believe that is all of my units. Yeah.
Move the Celestians there.
Oh yeah, they get out. They could move up. Move up 4 inches. Yeah.
Oh, they are thinking about moving those now. Let's see where they go. They might try to plow straight for those possessed and try to kill them in melee, or at least cripple their unit. Are they off the crater? It looks like they're just able to make it off the crater. Thank God. Because you don't want to be eating those charge minuses.
Move these gals up. Yeah, they're considered in Bloody Rose. These
Nope, they
gals
are
up
on the crater.
4.
That is saddening to see. Yep, no denying it. Because they were placed in the crater, they have to run through it. If they were placed over here instead, they might have been able to walk around and then not eat the -2 for the charge and go straight in at an angle into these guys. They are -1 to be hit.
Come on.
And I believe is also in melee and shooting. Yep.
Now that should be all. Alright. Psychic phase. I don't like psychers. Shooting phase. Alright.
Let's see how
So
the shooting
the
goes.
advantage, so she cannot shoot. Let me real quick take a look at the ranges on some of my things and just move out of it. So these gals are in range but not in half. Gals are in range but not in half. I'm going to start with the standard sisters right here. Each of them has a bolt gun and not in half range, so they'll be making just 5 hits.
The buttons weren't working for me either. I just kind of grabbed some dice from over there.
Yeah. Alright. Here we go. And to wound, they're going into the box.
Nah, you're all good.
Yeah.
You're on 4s.
On 4s?
They're tough 4.
Yep, those boxwalkers that went up in toughness, beautiful. We see that new T4 helping them out
Just 1
quite a
damage
bit there.
6 up Field of Pains. Lives 2 die.
Okay.
2 boxwalkers go down out of 100 or so.
Gonna
Truly,
shoot
the zombie
again,
apocalypse
this
is
time
going
with
to be
the
hard to cut
Celestials.
down.
The Celestians have 2 storm bolters and 3 bolt guns. I'll start with the storm bolters. Their damage too. It kind of doesn't matter because it's
See through the obscuring?
huh?
Are they touching the wall?
They're inside the ruins.
Okay. Bolt guns, that's
so
fine.
2, 4, 7. Oh wait, hey, finally the dice came in.
I actually just touched those earlier. I think it might be because you're not promoted for some reason. Because I'm able to add them, but for some reason I think you're not.
Oh, okay. So 3 up.
The Poxwalkers as well, correct?
Yes. 4 up.
Alright, we see another 2 wounds going to some poxwalkers.
Come on.
Or 2 damage, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna roll these, and I'll reroll successes to see if 1 lives. So 2 die.
Alright, so far we have 4 dead poxwalker. That is not a good sight. They are being exceedingly hard to kill, as they should be.
Alright, let's move
Well,
middle.
I guess they're not that hard to kill if you think about it.
The Celestian Sacrosanct all have bolt pistols. So all 5 of them are going to start by. This can be the lesser of ones. They're going to start by making their shots.
Also, for those who haven't seen yet, we have emotes if you sub. We got that great Tipo flag. We got the Tau
need-
Sus. We got the Good Heresy. And we got the Greater Keck.
The -1 because of my asthma.
Oh, okay. So these ones out.
You're right. It will be interesting to see if he tries to Blessed Bolt something.
Strength of it?
I believe bolt pistols is 4.
So it would be 5 anyways, but you rolled 5s and 3s, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
AP 0?
Yes.
Do I want to take these on the guys in the cover? I could. There's 3 in cover. I don't have a ton of other shooting. Yeah, I'll take these on guys in cover. These are going to be 2 up saves.
Okay.
So they're good.
Okay. All right. Now the dominions are going to fire. The dominions are within half range of these possessed. So, rapid fire 2 gives them 8 shots.
We see the Dominion coming in with their rapid fire 2s.
These gals are hitting on a 3 up.
4 is miasma, yeah.
4 is miasma. Ooh.
They are shooting into that possessed. The miasma saving,
I
wow,
believe are
5 dice saved from the miasma.
4, so it should be winning on 5s.
Wounding on 5s into the possessed. Only 1 wound into a 3 up save. 2 up
AP
from the
0?
one in the
Yes.
craters.
We'll put that on the guy in cover.
0 damage 2.
Ooh, they fail
So,
it though.
1 takes a wound because of -1 damage because of DeathGuard.
Okay.
And then DeathGuard only takes 1 damage from the
Probably
2
don't have
damage
the -1 damage,
weapons,
that's why I was
so
rolling the rerolls, but everything else does.
I think it's obvious where Celestine plans to charge. She wants to go into that horde of
Um,
Poxwalkers. Let's see what she can do.
Gonna add in the superior, just do that real quick. She's also in rapid fire.
So, the only thing she has is her Ardent Blade.
Roll
6
3
attacks
up,
with that, though.
4 up. And then wounds.
I guess the idea is that you pop mortals.
That's
Well, they don't have a save.
I'll leave that wound.
She's
so
going to be
take
hitting
4,
and
yeah.
wounding them on 2s.
A 5.
No,
so
Celestine
regular
is
bulk
only
damage, thanks,
strength 7
So you
with
need
the
5 to
blade.
wound.
She's
5.
only wounding on 3s. But that's
Those guys
basically
are-
6
those
dead.
guys
Five, so
are
their toughness is higher.
And I
Okay.
don't think they can really swing back that well into
Alright,
Celestine.
So next
Everything's
up,
1 higher toughness than you'd expect.
Yeah. This is just out because I'm waiting. Alright.
Are they not within 12 inches for the Storm
These
Bolters?
Meltas, these 4 are going to go into them. This one
They
is in
were,
half
but it
range
seems
for
like they did
damage.
not
This one is in
do
half
that.
range for damage. This one is not. So 8
2
shots.
half range,
go-
2 outside.
You can
8
do that with the
heavy
strat 6s to wound dual
Yeah, roll these 2
mortal.
at a time just so we know which ones are in half
Yeah.
damage and which ones aren't.
I guess the idea is that actually the mortal ones do pretty well into the Poxwalkers because they have to take them 1 at a time. So it can double your potential kill output.
Alright,
If-
these
as long as
two
they don't make
are,
any sixes.
in half range for damage. They hit on 3 up. Are no those guys aren't.
These guys aren't -1, so these 2 hit on 3s.
Hell, I'm gonna need a ruling from you.
Be here from
no,
Dragon.
no, it says 6. Canoness's thing is
6-inch aura, you say?
yeah, 6-inch aura. It says 6.1. I was more
More than
going
6.
off
Of the Retributors here? They're within 6.
the Canoness's
You meant the
roll of
Poxwalkers
1,
can swing hard. They could.
So I re-rolled that. I was thinking Morgan Bowl.
They really
Gotcha,
could.
gotcha.
Yep.
Cool.
Alright,
So everything
so-
hits.
yep.
On
They
3,
could
so 5.
potentially swing and kill Celestine, depending on how their hits go.
3 up. And AP -4. Yep,
Have a
AP
4 up
-4.
and 1. It is. Yeah, I'll superior all that. So both pass.
Oh,
Now,
saves were
2
dirty.
shots, not in half range.
Just refusing death when it comes for you.
Alright, 3 up. Reroll once.
Doesn't even need it.
Ooh.
3 up.
4 up invulns. So 1 goes through. So d6 -1.
Believe in this? It's just D6, not D6. D6 -1 because you're
DeathGuard, yeah.
Alright, that's
Damage.
2 damage on.
2 damage
That's
into
fine,
a
we'll put that on
Terminator.
this effect here.
Man, the Meltas didn't even kill a Terminator. That is
So the damage
unfortunate.
I hope for is not always what I get. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing for these Retributors now. These Retributors are not in half range, any of them.
Once again, the Sisters player forgetting that some of them
So,
were in the Melta range to get the plus damage.
8 shots coming.
The Sisters player really forgetting a lot of their rules.
Dice over here.
And it's
He
going
just
to
needs
come back
I
to
think he
bite
just
them
needs
in
to be
the ass
promoted for
really
some reason he's
hard.
promoted.
Yeah.
It's not the button I wanted to click.
8 dice.
Because that should have been a
3
dead
up,
Terminator.
rerolling ones,
That should have been
rerolling twos.
twice as many shots since he's possessed. At the same rolling that happened before.
Didn't they
Assumed.
advance actually?
Yes, but they're Argent Shroud, so they count as remain stationary.
Did they advance or is it just?
If they move or advance, they're counted as remain stationary.
Sick. That's actually super cool.
Yeah. Reroll 1s because of Morven Vol aura. Reroll 2s because of her buff and command phase.
Ouch, those
At
rerolls
least one of them helped.
were unfortunate.
Wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s and 2s.
Alright, that's a lot more Meltas.
These go through.
They're 4 up invuln saves then. Through. One
come
did one
4
wound,
up
so he just died,
invulns.
so we just need to roll one of them.
Let's see how they go. Ooh, 3 failed.
I was just saying we only need to roll one
Yeah.
die because one
Yeah,
just died.
I'll have this one beat. Alright.
Next one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested. Have the Rhino. who's in,
Unlucky.
No, Rhinos don't get orders, so it doesn't matter that she advanced. These gals, however, are these gals within half, not. Alright, so these 3 get their rapid fire. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8.
Looks like he is remembering how rapid fire works for a moment.
Alright, 3 up. Rerolling 1s, just rerolling 1s because the Battle Sister is within me. Come on.
Wow, that's a lot of 2s.
I believe these are 5 up.
Yeah, both guns, so beat 5
chop
ups.
is 5 up,
I
rerolling
don't
1s.
think that's a little rolls issue. Those are just core roll issues with their weapons as a whole. You know? They forgot rapid fire range for
0,
one
yeah.
of the units.
Yep.
They forgot Melta
So
range,
it's
which
safe.
would have killed a couple
Come
of Terminators.
Come on. It's fine. The dice got their fickle. I get it.
Yeah. Morgan Ball advanced.
As somebody who's played a lot of games for a long time, you don't just look at a faction and forget the basic rules. You know?
I'm fine with the game progressing a little bit more. The Rhino made a simple move. I don't think it matters too much on these shots, but I'm gonna try 2 shots into possessed anyways.
Okay, from the Rhino.
Yeah. Fails because I believe it's a 4 up to hit. Yep. Actually, because their ballistics is 5 up, so I would need a 6. That's right. I think ballistics also goes down, man. Ugh.
Shooting. You might as well. You never know.
Yeah. All right. That is all from my shooting. Charge. I have these gals.
They have to make a 9 on the dice to get within 1 inch.
Yeah, I think blocking them up would be good. I'm gonna roll charge for these Celestians.
I think they need a 9 with the difficult because they're still on it.
Yeah. Alright. I believe. Yeah, 9. Ooh.
Wait, you have a +1, don't you? So you still get it.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, with the bonus
Nice.
to charge,
Nice.
they just barely managed to get into melee with those possessed.
Phenomenal, but I'll take like, that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
They do have a decent chance of killing a couple.
The DeathGuard player playing Terminators
They
knows
do
better than
have
anyone
high
that
AP,
sometimes the
so
gods
that
of four have
does
been
force
fickle,
the
so
5
therefore
up
gods
demon
of all
save.
of dice are fickle.
To here, and this gal up here.
And what is that? 2 attacks apiece. That'll be very nice.
That is all I can charge.
That's all they're charging. They're not even trying Celestine.
Alright.
They moved her out in the middle to be murdered, only to not charge them.
Let me real quick make sure that this will have yours in. I'll end up.
Yeah, that was
3
a
inches.
9-inch
I'll
charge
do that
here, but they're not going for it.
Come on, let me move them.
I believe.
Yeah. And it's, and this gal will be within a ¼ inch, so she could be in the fight. Okay. Charging unit fights first. These sacrosancts are a part of Bloody Rose. So, because they charge, they get +1 attack and AP improved by 1. So
Plus
starting
1
with the
extra
Halberds,
attack from
they
Bloody
get
Rose
3,
and an extra
6,
AP.
9, 12 attacks.
12 attacks with the
fighting 12
basics.
dice with me.
Got you, yeah. B. It's actually not letting me do that either.
Plus 4 attacks with
Okay, that
Sacrosanct.
is-
You could lump them together
Nothing.
here
Cool.
because they are DeathGuard. They're only
These
going to take
gals
1 damage as a
on
whole. Who cares?
4 up because of my asthma.
Good.
Alright, 12 attacks sitting on force from miasma.
Ooh.
A lot of 3s dodged
Let
again.
me make sure I'm not getting anything else for their fight. What are they on? No, they're 4 up and 7 attacks. Alright. So, these ones are strength.
Thank you, Doc Lithium,
Halberds is strength 6.
for the
Like, yeah.
follow.
Okay, so winning on 3s.
Ooh. Bad hits into bad wounds.
Two?
AP -4.
Only 2 go
4,
through.
okay. Oh, that's right, because they're. I don't know why I thought 2. Like,
Yeah.
they have a 5-up invuln.
Oh,
I
and
love them.
both 5-up invulns
Alright,
get made.
now I'll do the Spear of the Faithful. She has 4 attacks.
I should have said at the start of the fight, Putrefire is going to give the possessed mortal wounds because they can.
Okay.
Putrefire is going to give the possessed
4
mortal wounds. Okay.
Fantastic.
That's going to be scary.
The spear is strength. Yeah. So strength 7.
Yep, there's
So
their
3s?
Biologus Putrefire, giving them that beautiful mortal wounds.
You're on info.
5-up.
Ooh.
Well, no, it was on 1 wound, just dies.
Alright. They
So
managed
I
to kill a
will-
single possessed.
Well, first I'll pile in, but
Yeah.
wait, hold up. He's closest to. They're equidistant, so he just has to stand closer to one of them. It's fine, and that should be everyone half an inch.
Yep.
It's overlapping, but it will be everyone once I fix that. Come on, I believe in you, tabletop. So there are 9 left, so there's 36 attacks from them.
36 attacks
That's
from
what
these
copy paste
goddamn.
makes what I need. think it's
possessed.
15. Double, that would be
Oh
32.
no.
And 4 more. Cool.
And they're rerolling ones to wound.
Hitting on these.
Let's see what these invulns are and these sacrosancts for a moment.
That's not a bad roll.
So they've got a 2-up base save with a 4-up invuln. So they will be taking that 4-up invuln.
Pick up the dice. And these are wounding on 2s because you're tough 2 in contagion range. 6s are mortals, and I reroll everything without contaminator. For 7 mortal wounds and 12. I can't. The dice check thing's a little, or the dice board's a little messed up for me. Whatever it is, it's
so
7 mortals, and then additionally whatever saves there are at -2.
Oh, no, they're bloody red, not even that. Ooh. 7 mortals kill some.
Man, that
Right?
unit is just
you don't
hot.
roll invuln against mortals.
I don't know, because yeah, invulns are just, or the mortal wounds just go straight through.
Yeah. So if it's 7, they die.
And that's how that unit crumbled,
And they'll just
which
pile in,
does
3
activate
inches, 4 for
grind
each
them
one,
down
then
for the DeathGuard. Because they just killed more units. Yeah.
I lost 1 possessed. I don't think I have.
We
morale to worry
had
about.
the
Everything
Celestian
else-
Sacratants
Yeah, that's fine.
charged into
That's one death shot, they
a
don't have to worry about morale either.
10-man blob of greater possess, killed a single model, and then ate the rest.
In morale, I have no issues with morale. And passed.
Command phase, I hold 3, so I score 10, and I hold more actually, so I score 15.
Chat,
else do
the
with command phase?
people
No,
do not
no,
notice
that's
that they
fine.
scored
We'll pass
grind
over.
them down during turn 1. Should I let them know that, or should they suffer
Just put a
their
short pile
own
in
losses
3 inches
for
one way.
victory points?
Then.
I think I should
was
let
the
them
one
know
back
that they
I
did
always
score
forget?
that.
Just move 5 inches. There's a Celestine, easy. Blockers, these middle ones are going to advance.
Okay.
Does failing morale interfere with grind them down? Yes, it does, because if you
That's fine.
fail
So it's
morale
moving
and
3
you
feet
have a
greater.
unit die, it counts as
Reroll
a
that?
whole
No,
unit
it's fine.
loss.
It's fine, I don't need to reroll it.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going
It goes away for now,
to
and that goes away for now.
bump up the scores here.
Decide to cooperate.
I think it's 4 for grind them down, or is it 5 for grind them down?
Um,
It is
Death Shroud are just gonna move up there. 5
3
this
for grind them
way.
down. My bad.
These blue Death Shroud are also just gonna move up 5 inches. If I could speak English.
I've actually had that happen before, Diamond Boots, where I had to make my enemy break to morale during their turn to score grind them down. So I had to bait them into a melee
Spellblight Bond will
that would
advance.
cause a morale break.
Inch, that's actually.
Let's go
I
ahead
got
and
a lot of
swap
6s
this
last
around
turn,
to
so
the
I'll
DeathGuard
accept
view.
a 1
So
inch
all in
advance
all,
with
for
advance.
round 1, we see DeathGuard pulling ahead on a
Oh, yeah,
18-point
that's actually
lead
perfect.
from hold 1 more.
Can
The sisters were
whatever
unable to
wants.
score any of their
Kinda,
secondaries,
but
and the sisters accidentally gave their
wants to.
opponent grind them down during their turn
Purple Death Shroud are just
off
gonna
a
move up.
risky charge.
Oh, fuck. At the start of the new battle round, I get another miracle.
Get another
dice.
miracle back. Go for it.
Wow, it's not shooting for this.
A 5 is a very good miracle dice to get. The only bad miracle dice is a 2, if you ask me. Because what the hell are you going to do with a 2?
There. Might move to go body block as well.
So it's definitely looking like you move one of those Plague Burst Crawlers in line to pop the last of that
Just gonna
Rhino,
move up.
just to pop it, to score grind them down. You move the other Plague Burst to shoot into the other
I see.
Rhino,
He doesn't need
trying to get that off the
Just a
table,
screen, but
to get
screen
more
is
grind them
important.
down, and
Important
then
back
force
here.
losses on the people inside. There are 10
But,
people
like,
inside.
whatever.
The odds are you get at least one
We'll
forced
move up
loss,
10, though.
maybe 2. Then you're
stay
opened up
back.
into shooting and charging what's on the inside, which could be very good. Didn't that charge also give the Death Guard a consolidation to the mid objective? Yes, yes
the
it did, but
future
they were
fire is gonna
already
move up.
on it, but it reinforced the
Just get them
push of
there.
it.
Fine, he'll just be 5 inches. We'll advance him, so we'll just move him 6. If he needs to move more, he will, but I don't think he does. Just keep him there. I'll roll the die for posterity, but as long as it's the 1, which it will be. He has 5. He has more, but he doesn't really want to.
I'm
move
going
more.
to fix
Oh man,
the
I'm so glad we're
objectives real
following the rules
fast.
here,
Oh,
making sure it's a one.
he's going so fast, right? Like,
Yeah.
you never want to assume anything. You never
Yeah.
know.
There we go.
Never know. That's fine. Which I think I'll just shuffle back. Play. That's fine. After,
A
we'll just
2
move back.
guarantees a 3-inch
inches.
charge.
We'll advance. We'll just move him 6 and we'll call it.
Oh my god, Boots. Yeah, I guess
that's-
you have that. You
make a
can
little bit
guarantee a
Never mind, we'll go a
3-inch
little bit
charge
less.
with a 2.
2s and 3. Easy. Then. Other plague bursts.
You know what I remember when the Miracle Dice thing
It's
first came,
fine.
Diamond Boots?
Is.
Ones being
This shoots
used
up, but it
into
doesn't have
old
anything to shoot, really.
Necrons to ignore quantum shielding bullcrap. Block this,
Oh.
Necron! Blang!
bit
I'm
forward, I
forcing a
guess.
1 on my
He'll
d6
just stay on the edge.
damage.
He'll move a bit forward and stay on the dance for what's worth.
Then your opponent stares at
Mhm.
you like,
I
what
need
the hell?
to- Fuckers, probably not at this stage. Kind of screened out where I want to be. Yeah, that's fine. I won't come in this turn.
Looks like they're choosing
We'll start
not
with
to have their
a
deep strike
miasma
come
from
in.
The Plaguecaster.
They do have, what is that?
111.
20 Poxwalkers
Put that on
in
to
deep
be
strike
possessed
ready to
again.
go to help hold objectives if they need to.
Yeah, I think we'll put that on the possessed again.
It looks like they're just moving for it. They are doing what I thought would happen. They are pulling to the side, seeing that Rhino,
And then we will cast...
seeing the other Rhino with the entropy cannons. Gotta pop those.
Ooh, range here. I could make you more mortal wounds. Toughness won't do much. Fine. So we'll cast Gift of Plague to increase the contagion range by 6 inches on a unit. Go off on a 3. Do I care? Get in range of that, but 6 inches still. Yeah, that'd be enough. They have a free reroll. I might as well use it. And go off on a 5. Or 1 power that goes off on a 5, and I don't think it's bad. No, it's not bad. Fine.
So they fail the extra aura
They
for the
smite
toughness
from
lower.
this Plaguecaster here into Celestine.
Alright, Celestine's getting smited.
Cast and then 9.
Goes off on a 6.
Goes off on a 6.
Yeah, fine.
Alright.
6 is fine.
And deny.
Does not deny it.
B3 because it wasn't a 7 or higher.
1. So Gemini takes 1.
Gemini Superior
then
eating
Curse
1
of the
damage for
Leper.
Celestine there.
I believe it's a 6. Goodness, I want to reroll that, but I
Curse of
don't want to
Leper is-
reroll that. It is 6. Ugh, how many cramp points do I have? No, that's fine. It's not worth rerolling. Cool. So we'll let that go off with a 6.
Alright.
Dice. On 4 ups, you take a mortal wound. 3 mortal
It is
wounds.
going to be hard for Sisters to come back from the start. They have to push the Death Guard off 3 objectives. They are getting their pushed in right now. And they have to make up a
Yeah, whatever. I should've
3-point
moved this
lead on
possessed, but it's too
secondaries,
far along now. I'm not going to worry too much about
which
it.
is only going to get bigger.
That was a bit stupid, but
The
I
Sisters
guess.
were also unable, it seems, to have scored engage
too
on
far
all
along, I'm not
fronts
gonna go
last
back to
turn.
That's like phase. Shooting phase, we will do putrefiers. I believe with the Gemini out, they're still, or that without the Gemini, they're Celestians without bodyguards. We'll start with the Death Shroud going into the flamers.
So that is very difficult.
86 flamers.
That's
7
very
shots.
difficult indeed. Because now engage can only score you a
On fours
maximum
because
of 12.
Their strength 3, but
The odds are you're only getting 2, so it's only going to maybe score you a maximum of 8 now this
that many
game.
AP 0.
Which really hurts the bonuses of engage.
Roll this one.
Good. That's fine. I don't take them for their shooting. That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. We see the Gemini Superior falling around
so a blessing
Celestine.
I didn't actually move them. We will do Plague Burst. He'll put the Entropy and the Slugger into the and then we'll do the Mortar. We're not actually going to start with that. We're going to start with these 2 Death Shroud going into the Retributors over here.
Okay.
Alright, we got some Death Shroud shrouding and some Retributors. Let's see what they can do.
Flamers. 2 shots.
2 shots.
Winning
on 4s, rerolling 1s.
Oh, they reroll because Plague Weapon, reroll 1s.
Alright, 2 wounds at AP
Yeah,
0
4,
for the
2 tough three.
Retributors from the Death Shroud
tough three on the
Superior
draw,
shooting.
I believe so. Yeah.
Not very good,
Yeah, 2 at
but
AP
not the
0.
best.
0. That brings 3 up, I believe it says here.
Alright,
Yeah,
they made
yeah,
it.
so
Those
Well, we were
Meltas are holding on.
The Fellblight Spawn is going to put Hate's Flamer into these Battle Sisters here.
okay.
D6 shots, rerolling because of Vicious Death. 6, I'm not that greedy. Wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s with Plague Weapon. And those are AP minus 3, 2 damage, but 2 damage doesn't matter because you're 1 wound.
AP minus 3, you say?
Yep.
So, 6s. Ooh.
Ouch. That Plague Sprayer really doing its damage.
Phew.
Killing that whole Battle Sister unit.
Death Shroud will fire their flamer.
Nearly
I
taking them
believe all
off
of
the
them in
objective.
range.
They need
One
to
is outside
get
range.
these
Maybe 2.
Retributors.
1 is outside range. So just 2 Death Shroud Flamers into those Retributors.
If they can get those Retributors off that objective and not
shots.
the Rhino, if they ignore the Rhino, they can hold this objective. Because if we double check the range here,
4s.
the Rhino is just
Real
out, the
ones.
Retributors are just in. If they pop the Rhino, people will pile out back onto the objective.
0.
So I think the new play is to not
0
pop
on
that
these
Rhino.
guys, 3
You
at save,
ignore it.
And then 6 with
You instead put those cannons into this back Retributor squad. Try to free up that character for later, but most importantly, just take those Meltas off the field. They're the biggest threat to your Terminators.
It's fine. Plague Burst is gonna and Slugger into the Rhino, and then he'll Mortar into these Retributors here.
Yep, there
Sure,
we
I
go.
Think about it, I did get grind them down from last turn because I did kill one thing. With the charge there.
Yep.
So Entropy and Slugger into the Rhino, and the Mortar into those Retributors. We'll start with the Entropy shots. 3s. And on 3s, rolling 1s. 1 at your invuln save.
1 invuln
And this
save.
one is into the Rhino?
The Rhino, yep.
Alright.
Plus 3.
4 damage?
4 damage for that Rhino, bracketing it.
That bracket it, but that's fine.
No, it's just above bracket.
Damage is damage.
Just fine, but it is hurt a bit. That was a bit risky going for the Entropies. He could have popped it by accident.
The Slugger into the Rhino.
Now he's going for the Sluggers.
Select all the
4
dice.
shots. I think it's interesting that he's putting
3
this much
hits.
fire into the Rhino
On 5s.
when he could have shot those back Retributors.
1 wound to AP 1.
Yep, so 4 up.
Ooh.
Alright.
the mortar into those retributors. Cooperate. That's fine.
Wow, he is rolling really low on those shot dice for those
Threes.
mortars.
Less than fine. This plague burst will put. Doesn't have anything else to shoot at. He'll put everything into the retributors.
Oh, he is firing everything into that retributor though. Both
Cool.
entropy cannons,
XPs,
which are
hit.
going to hit.
Rerolling ones.
Wounding on twos,
Cooperate.
rerolling ones is going to be scary.
Two
Double
a year, we'll
wounds. Onto the invulns for the
6 and then 6
retributors.
skill modifier.
They need sixes. Double failed.
D3 damage each, so we'd have to roll the damage for these each. Either way, they died.
Alright.
So that's two more retributors dead there.
It's only 2 hits onto them,
2, yeah.
so 2 back.
Let's see if the mortar can do
Slugger.
something now. Oh, nope, going for the slugger
3
first.
hits.
Okay.
Some 3s. One's AP1.
Okay, now those shots are
4 up,
coming in.
and
They're
then 6
hammering those retributors.
So 1 damage,
Ooh.
just feel their pains all good.
Ooh. That's the last of that retributor squad.
Alright. Ooh.
With the plague cash will fire his bolt pistol into Celestine. I don't know, a bolt pistol might do something.
Yeah.
A hit. So it does not do something. Fine. I think that is all my shooting, unless I am drastically missing something, but I don't think I am. So we're going to charge phase. We will charge the possessed into. Because you don't have any bodies on this. Oh, you have 1 body on that point. Yeah, so we'll charge the possessed into Celestine.
Possessed are going
Yeah,
for
it's better than
Celestine. Celestine.
I don't think we'll make it. That is pretty important because otherwise she will just send guys back. Have anything else to charge her because I didn't position properly. Yeah, we will CP roll that.
Ooh, the CP reroll makes the 10. They only needed a 7. So he's got a little bit of extra movement. He can definitely wrap Celestine pretty good. I think the idea is to pile into the dominions as well.
Metric
Oh, that is
stay in the objective, but
that is a bold choice to charge Celestine, I will admit. It will be interesting to see what happens to her. Odds are she comes back to life on a 2-up. And then comes back to hit that squad very hard. If she can roll a couple
other
6s
targets,
with
I
her
don't
sword,
believe
she
I
can
have
easily
anything
wipe out 2
else. Could
possessed.
charge the blood drone into the Seraphim. Might be worthwhile. Up the Rhino, but then you have Obsec on there, and that just gets you the point. We'll charge the bloat drone into Seraphim over here.
Alright, these Seraphim are going to
It's
get
not
charged by
great,
the
like
fetid
8
bloat
charge.
drone. Needs an
It's
8.
cool, if not, whatever.
It
Yes,
makes
man,
it.
Cool.
It's going to probably wipe that Seraphim.
It's in there. All the charges. You have CP interrupt, so I will start with the possessed. Start of the fight phase. The biologist Putrefire is going to give them mortal wounds naturally.
Future Fire is going to give those.
Still to finally
Spawn.
get a decent amount in.
Let's see how many he's going to get in. Because he can consolidate into the objective potentially after killing Celestine.
I'd be able to. Objective ambient coherency. That's coherent. Is he on the point? No, he's not. That's fine. So he'll just stay out.
He is going to get some of them trailed back though. To keep that point held. Force them to try to get the obsec off.
And there, coherency's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are in range. So 24 attacks on the Celestine.
24 attacks going into Celestine from those
Oh, okay.
possessed. Let's see what happens. I'm interested to see if she survives it. I'm more interested to see
threes.
if how many she kills on the return. The on threes, that's a lot of twos. You hate to see it.
Twos rolling everything with fire. Everything. For sixes. So 5 mortal wounds and then 12 saves at AP2.
Ooh.
Those saves at AP2. Gets 4 up.
Celestine also has a.
Alright.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Mm.
I believe in the revive.
Good. She revives on a 2-up, yeah?
Yes.
4-up, I don't remember.
It's so you 2 up, yeah. I thought it was you roll a 6. She doesn't. No, if you roll a 1, she doesn't. Okay. Right, this is at the end of phase.
Now they can consolidate. They can
do you wanna
shuffle
interrupt
3
the
inches
Seraphim,
back
or
to
I
the
can
left.
attack
They
there?
could jump onto the domination squad.
With
They are
let's
not
see.
consolidating. Big misplay from the DeathGuard there. They could have shoved 3 inches to the left, gauntlet the minion squad to lock down its shooting, and stop them from getting onto that point.
All right. All the guys are going to shoot into it. I'll start off with the hand flamers.
They just do melee attacks, yeah?
Oh yeah. Right. It's not shooting yet.
Yeah, they just do melee attacks.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck, I thought this was Overwatch.
Ooh, the
Artifact
sororitas forgetting to overwatch
for it, you
their
don't have to
hand
interrupt.
flamers to try to put some wounds and
Surprised
thought they
when you said that, I was
shot
like, they're not
instead
doing
of
weapons.
poking
Oh,
in
okay.
melee.
Totally fine. So yeah, he'll just pile in 3 inches to get in range of the
Yeah,
actually melee.
this game has been misplay
no, that's
after
fine. Yeah, he'll
misplay
just get in
after
range of her.
misplay, and you can really see them
He'll
add
attack all
up
of the
over
Seraphim.
time right now.
12 attacks.
Sisters misplaying very heavily on
Threes.
forgetting rapid fire in melter range for a number of their things.
Phenomenal roll, but
Another big misplay there
bad
that
roll.
could get them
That's
all,
fine, though.
could lose
roll
them
more
that
ones up.
objective with the possess.
5 of them. at
Those
APQ.
girls can just walk onto that objective more, not charge the possess, and claim it, stopping them from getting another 15-point primary lead. And if we look here, each person has
4 die, it looks like.
exactly 1 on the objective. So that is a neutral objective right now.
For what it's worth, the Hospitaller gets to attack the Bloodstream back because I piled into him.
And there's probably even more I didn't even notice.
Yeah, so Hospitaller has 3 attacks in strength, AP -1.
We don't see a very good screen from the DeathGuard right now. That's potentially a huge misplay. These Poxwalkers are very out in the open over here to be struck in from this bottom right corner, giving the sisters
No,
engage on all
that's
fronts
that's
for 2
the
victory
charge phase.
points,
Or all fight phase, rather.
and potentially losing that entire squad of Poxwalkers.
Celestine probably gets up.
Yeah, so
Get up with her Gemini, or
We're
she
gonna
get
see
up
if
with herself?
Celestine gets up. It's a 1. She cannot. And you cannot re-roll that anymore.
Oh no.
That is
she won't get a virus.
huge.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
absolutely disgustingly huge.
Now things get a little tricky.
Celestine is
Megan, I don't know if it's possible. I'm
down.
unable to actually access the scorecard. It's a little strange. If you could give me assassination and stranglehold points, that'd be fantastic.
Yep. And
Good.
strangle.
That's weird. I don't know why it's not letting me, but either or will take it.
Yeah.
So assassination and stranglehold are scoring up another 3 victory points each
3 for that? Do the Gemini
for a
count as
total
characters, or
of
no?
6
Gemini
bonus.
do count as characters. Do-
So that's going to be a whole 9 actually on assassination after the 2 superior go down.
Come on, bring it down now.
Technology always works as intended.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Time. You
Um.
killed, how many units did I kill? I killed Celestine, I killed 2 units, so I killed 3, so you'd need to kill 3 at a time if you grind them down.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
unless
a...
I have a good turn here. I am not doing great.
The sisters are on A objective. I'm
That's
going to
what
go
everybody
ahead and
thinks
pick
about
that
it.
up for them.
Yeah. Alright. Command phase as Dusty. Morven Vol is going to do her ability again on this Retributor squad. The Dogmata is going to do her Catechism of Repugnance on the Celestian squad.
I don't know. The
Vol
sisters
inspiring.
seem like they are very
Hurry up.
not having a good time here.
Ooh, today is not going great. Celestine died. I get a
You get a miracle back.
miracle dice from 2.
So they now have a 2
Great, not horrible. I
from
just
Celestine
picked up my
dying.
5.
I remember you rolled a 5, so you're all good.
Yeah, I picked up my 5 to do that.
Yeah, all good. I remember that.
All right. I need this turn to be a great.
They have 3 miracle dice to
That
play with.
is
A 5, a 2, and a 4.
pretty much
The 2
all
could
my
be used to save morale. The 5 could be used to
movement
pop a
phase.
Terminator.
The Rhino is going to back up yet again, 3 inches.
That Rhino is still backing up. Interesting to see what that's going to do.
The
If you're trying to scream with it,
Celestians
why wouldn't you advance
are
it?
going to
It's
make
not
advance.
very good in shooting. I would just advance it, get the extra movement, get that screen position I need.
All right, that brings him up to 10. Come on, let me drag on.
We do have another set of those 2 damage Stormbolter units, the Dominions, in this Rhino, as well as some Pokey Sticks that could do some very serious damage into a Terminator unit. That AP3 would be very big. I definitely think
Um,
1 unit of Sacristants can finish off these 4 wounds of these Terminators. They'll be hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. They can do
they're
it.
Within a, at this point, cannoness only. Add 1 to hit roll. I could do a pro move here. This can be great. I love my cannonness so much. My cannonness is going to advance.
Yep, we see the Canoness advancing. I believe that is a Bloody Rose Canoness as well, so she doesn't care.
It's going to move to.
She is taking a defensive position, of all things.
12 to here. She is able to advance and charge in the same turn.
And that's just due to Relic, or what is that due to?
Warlord.
I remember you mentioned it somewhere, I just couldn't remember which
Yep.
one it was.
Yeah, Warlord trade lets her gives her +1 attack. Yeah, +1 attack and charge in advance.
Cool.
Alright, this Retributor squad, I'm gonna have Morven Vol move first. Morven Vol is gonna move, not advance. I wanted to shoot.
Morven Vol doing a normal move this turn, because they do want to get some shooting out.
Alright, now the Retributors are gonna advance.
They walked over their Retributors, which I think is an illegal movement, because this does not fly.
So
Because the
we
Retributors
Also,
were in the
so we're
way.
within 8 inches?
7.
Which is, yeah, because they have a +1.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 8. I'm a bit turned around. so
Movement
I'm
7 would be my
thinking
guess,
of
but
what I'm gonna do.
you have 8 inches of movement.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like it worked out either way. They are staying in front of Morven, but that is an illegal move. Man. Let's see where that sergeant can go. The sergeant's in a bit of a rough spot. They need to maintain a coherency. The sergeant moved 9 instead of 8.
Time to move gals out of this right now. What is coherency range in 9?
If you have over 6 models, I believe it's within 2 inches of 2 models.
2 inches, 2 models. What's 5 models?
Within 2 inches of 1 model.
2 inches of 1. Okay. So relatively fine for me to do. It's going to be ever so slightly. Here. So here. Then nothing.
You gave Ball's thing to the Retributors, yeah? I'm not making that up?
Yep.
Cool. I remember you saying it was to someone, but I can't. My memory has been lacking recently.
Yeah. Just consider Morbin always giving it to
Always to Meltos.
We do see the Celestian Shankersons coming out in a bit of a congested way. They cannot move.
Vehicles can't move through units, correct?
It looks like they are congesting their deployment very hard.
Okay, and then the Rhino is going to move back. Just move back. No, it's advancing. I need it far out of here.
They are advancing that Rhino out of here, backing it up. Sadly getting a 1, but it will make a useful screen. There is that 20-man blob staring at you scarily.
Okay. I need. What else do I need? Well, let's start with Sky Strike. So let me bring out 9 inches.
Definitely a corner you can bring back from there.
Yeah. So this is why I'm glad I kept the single Seraphim in Sky Strike.
That single Seraphim coming out right in that hole I saw.
Nice damage to the Poxwalkers.
Gonna blow up some Poxwalkers. It'll be nice to see how many they can kill.
They could definitely they could hurt the Poxwalkers because they got flamers.
Yep. And this superior here.
That is 10d6 flamers ready to go.
Okay. This is the play the game hinges on.
Ooh. The Seraphim are setting up to slam into those
And
possessed.
I need to be sure I get this corner. So I'm gonna move these up.
And we see the Zephyrim coming in as well,
To be as
into the same quadrant,
loose as possible.
doubling down on the protection in that area. I would move it slightly more position to charge that Plague Burst Crawler, in my opinion.
And okay. Anything else?
Let's do some measurement.
I need
Yeah, if they moved these back
move back a
to
little
here, you
bit.
could have probably kept that and pushed these out, that you couldn't have had both units drop into your backline like that. Definitely a big misplay from the DeathGuard, potentially. We need to see what happens with them, though. It could go very well or very bad. It'll be interesting to see how the sisters do their movement. Finishing it up, I should say. They are backing up, giving up that objective, but surrounding that cannoness
And
to protect them.
Celestians are doing just fine right here. The Seraphim will be okay. I believe this Hospitaller has to fall back.
They're seeing if they want to fall back the Hospitaller here. I would personally keep it in melee with the Fetid Bloat Drone. I don't want that thing not being in melee with something that it can't kill. Otherwise, this is going to be open either way. This is going to be free to shoot and charge again.
Fall back. Its move is 6 inches.
They are going for the fallback, probably to go ahead and spread out that Healy aura again.
Her right, she is going to be partially inside, but it is breaching. Just have her set up. Come on, let me move you.
It cooperates.
Yeah.
Get her where it is. We can just move her down with the transform tool. I know how to do this. It's been a while since I've done this.
Yeah. Let me make sure I.
Hey, there it is. Think that's good?
Yeah.
That is a very
Okay, or
illegal
not.
move.
Collision sometimes decides it doesn't want to.
Yeah.
You cannot place your model in a wall.
This is as close as she can get. Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. I just need her to be within 3 inches of the Seraphim unit.
If it doesn't fit, it shouldn't be there.
All right. That is.
Ay.
Actually, I'm gonna move the Seraphim.
Perhaps I've grown nitpicky.
On the. Right here. Or here's where the Seraphim's gonna move. All right. At the end of movement. Is it the end of movement? I kind of want the Dogmata out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna advance the Dogmata before this is over. Come on. Fantastic.
Ooh. Dogmatica going fast.
So that is 13, 14. Alright. End of movement. I am going to use CP for Rite of Restoration. The Hospitaller is going to bring D3 units back, models back on this area.
Okay,
Sounds
we
good.
see D3 Seraphim coming back to life here.
One is.
For one.
I'm okay. That's another flame attack. Alright. Psychic phase, don't like psychers. Shooting phase, this is where I need things to work. Alright, so.
Let's see how this goes.
Me, all right.
Do they remember the Armorium Cherubs
Let's
for the extra
start-
shots? That
start
could
over
be
here for a
huge.
bit. Let's go with the less important things to start. These battle sisters are all within half range with their bolters, so 10 shots going to them.
10 shots into some possessed. Let's see what those bolters can do. Spray them down, girls. Spray them down.
Shots, hitting on 4 because of miasma. Wounding on 4.
Slightly above average hits. For slightly above average wounds as well. Very good.
So just 3 up saves.
3 up saves. Failed
One
too.
dies.
That is another dead possessed.
Fine. We will just take.
Taking strategically from the front there, near where the Zephyrim are. Trying to stop that charge from happening if you can.
These dominions are going to use the dominions here. Are going to use, where is this stratagem so I can get the right thing for it? Blessed Bolts, 1 CP, unmodified hit roll is 6 is 2 mortal wounds.
Really good stratagem.
Yeah.
Alright, they're gonna do some mortal wounds with
all within
those
half,
girls. Oh yeah.
Fire 2, so 16 shots.
16 shots.
16.
And 6s are going to be mortal wounds on the wound
Alright,
roll.
4 up, re-rolling 1s because they're by the canoness.
With rerolling ones from the canoness.
6s are super
Hell
good.
yeah.
Yep.
So far we got 2 6s. 3 6s.
Fantastic.
For the possessed, correct?
Yes.
I just do to mortal wounds.
Alright, those possessed are starting to fall.
I believe that then ends the attack sequence for these 6s.
And that just ends the 6s. Alright. So that only turns out into
So
6
he's
hits
on
plus, what was that, 6 mortal wounds?
5 up, yeah, because they're
For
bolters.
4
Uh,
saves.
yeah, they're bolters. So 5s.
3 ups. One more takes a wound.
Ooh, more damage
Nice.
into those possessed. That was 7 damage from those for 1
it's
CP.
D2.
Yeah, it goes down to damage 1 because
Oh,
possessed.
yeah.
Because the damage, yeah.
possessed.
Or because everything DeathGuard
That's
rather.
very good shooting coming out so far.
The superior is gonna fire her bolt gun,
Now the superior with her bolt gun.
hitting on 4s.
Why the leader unit doesn't get a storm bolter as well is beyond me.
Dogmata's got her pistol, but I'm gonna actually not because she can start swinging. Sure, these guys are not. Those are here. Yeah, I'm gonna try 4 hand flamers into the float drone. So roll to see how many hits. 12.
12?
12. This is
Not a
12.
bad shout.
4. Alright, they are hitting on 3 up. Yeah, 3 up.
Flamers, so they auto hit, don't they?
Yeah, flamers auto hit. Strength. Strength 4 versus toughness 7.
And still wounding on 5.
3. Not 5s. I just got extra ones. Just right there.
There's just one like hidden, like one of these ones is counting for some reason. Or something. Or maybe there's a die somewhere hidden.
Hold on. 12, and then, like, it was 12, then 2, then, no, it was 12, they auto hit. That's right. Okay.
Sure.
So, 1 then 5s.
Alright, that's average wounds.
E0,
Always
yeah.
love to see it.
3 ups. Gross. Okay, take 3.
Ooh.
Alright.
Taking 3 damage into the defended bloat drone. Still very scary. Definitely gotta deal with it somehow.
Celestians, however,
You
are going
don't want to kill it when you're that
Celestials
close.
are
I
going to
believe it
shoot
explodes on a
into-
4-up. Let's double check that. Yep, on a 4-up, everything that's not Norgal suffers 1 mortal wound. That is very big. There are a lot of units within 6. That's the Hospitalier, the Canoness. I think some of these things on the other side of the wall, even.
Here are going to shoot into the possessed again. 2 more of these storm bolters are going to shoot out. Make 4 hits on 4-up.
Celestians
3
going
up.
in.
They get +1 to hit with the Canoness being nearby.
Is that just a Canoness, just aura?
That is a Celestian aura. Celestians get that when they're near Canoness or Palatines.
Gotcha. Cool.
So,
I didn't
3
actually
up.
know that.
Yeah, it's one of the weird things. I think it should be also around sanctified characters, because, I don't know, Celestine
Sense.
bodyguards.
That's cool though. I like that.
Yeah. Alright, they're bolters, so 5s. Ew. Alright, that finishes that except for the regular Celestians now go. Half range, half range, half range. 6 shots with regular bolters. Let's see here. 3 up.
Really softening up those possessed. Making it that you can't charge
Roll
them,
ones
though.
'cause they are next to the Canoness.
But they
regular
might
bolters.
break to
Yeah.
morale.
Still the Celestians, yeah.
Yeah.
So far, 4 of them have died. This turn.
Alright, there.
So that does make it possible that they do break to morale.
Fantastic.
We still have a lot of death
0,
shrouds,
so 3 up
though.
saves. Cool, they're good.
And a lot of zombies to plow through.
Alright, now this is when I'm going to start using miracle dice.
Now they're using their miracle dice.
These retributors here are going to fire into the Death Shroud champion there. But where is the stratagem? They're going to use Holy Trinity. I say unit with a bolt weapon, a model with a bolt weapon, a model with a flamer, and a model with a melta. Retributor has bolt gun. Retributor has flamer. Retributor has melta.
Really?
So now they get +1 on wounds.
Chat, can you confirm that the
specific
Holy
models, yes.
Trinity lurks on that model having
it's
both?
one
Or
of
does
the
each
tiny
model
red
only
ones.
count for one?
So
Yeah,
it-
that makes sense.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why you have to fork out another 10 points to give her a combi flamer.
Like, why not, right? Flamers are
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have.
These are all with these melters are all within half range. I'm gonna start with them.
Easy.
They are 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 shots.
Them is +1 to wounds, so you might roll that one separately.
The whole unit gets +1 to wound.
What's per? You said you picked 3 models, and those give +1. to
Holy
wounds.
Trinity is a
No,
stratagem.
You pick a unit that has all 3.
If you
and
pick
then
a
the
unit that has a
+1.
bolt gun, a flamer,
gotcha. How many
and a
CP is that?
melta,
1 CP,
they get a
it's 'cause you
bunch of
gotta-
bonuses.
You gotta set up the slot for it.
And that's a still really good one for stratagem.
I'm
though.
wondering
Yeah.
if the Holy Trinity allows you to select the
they
same
can
model
only make
twice.
attacks that target that enemy unit, so I cannot change these gals to shoot anything else other than these DeathGuard here.
Gotcha. That's the downside. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, so 8 shots going. They 3 up, reroll 1s, reroll 2s. Reroll 1 with and reroll 2. Fantastic. And to wound, it is
Because the sergeant with a
Is it
combi
strength
flamer
versus
counts as both
toughness?
bolter and
So
flamer
should
for
wound
Holy
increase.
Trinity, while the rest of the unit can count as melta to get all the bonuses from it.
Wounding on 3s normally choose because of
I
plus
think
two
it
plus
does
yeah,
too.
yeah.
That is a
Okay, I forgot
very
about the plus one.
powerful
We just
bonus you
talked
can
about
do
it, I
for
forgot.
one
Yeah.
command point.
Okay, every one of these is melt range. That
all
4
of
pin ones
these-
needs to really well for me.
AP minus.
Golden. I will CP roll one of those.
Okay.
Yeah, worth it.
Just double choking the multi-melt
three
to
goes through.
damage real fast.
3 go through.
Probably roll these one at a time, just because of damage and all that works.
Yep, so d6 plus 2. It's d6 plus 2 because they're in half range. So no matter what. these
D6
guys
plus
do that.
1, essentially.
Yeah. I need. Because it's what -1 damage on things.
1 damage, yeah.
Okay. So. 3.
So kills 1. 1 takes
Choosing to
another 4,
roll
so
all
kills
3 of
and the
them.
one's at 1 wound. Wait, hold on. Is that? Oh, brain. That's 4 goes down to 3. No, still kills 1.
Yep, just like I thought. That unit of Terminators dies to shooting. The next one's probably going to die to melee.
I'll live with that.
Okay. All right. Now these dominions here are going to shoot on over. Let me make sure I don't have another thing. I cannot reuse Blessed Bolt, so let me make sure I don't have any. I'm fine. So I'm gonna do the Storm Bolters into the Terminators. So that is they're within half, all of them. One is not. One is not within half. But they are within aura for reroll ones. So 2, 4,
2
6,
might not be in. Looks like these back 2 might not be in half.
One of them is the superior.
Here, got it. That's
So
why.
4, 8, 12, 14. 14 shots. 14, 2. Alright. These on 3 up re-rolling ones. Alright. There are regular bolters, so that wounds on 5 ups.
The sisters are definitely clawing their way back. They can definitely start to really make up that point lead in turn 3. Using turn 2 right now as a good pivot
I
point.
believe she rerolls hits to 1 or hits and wounds, I think. We're checking, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Reroll hit and reroll wound. Because she is Canoness and Palatine auras put together.
Very good.
Okay. Alright, AP0.
2 up saves.
Ooh. Hidden. Alright. I believe. Nope, not all.
Neat.
Gotta remember. Seraphim here. Alright, the Seraphim, we're gonna start with the Hand Flamers. Hand Flamers, we're gonna see how many shots they could do.
Those sisters battle suits are nuts.
9 shots.
Nice.
Alright, these auto hit,
4s, right? Because they're strength 4.
yeah, strength 4, toughness 4, 4 up. Alright, and, don't believe you save on those.
There's 1, yeah?
Oh yeah, you have to deal no pain. Yeah, 1 damage.
So 7 die.
Yep.
It's a little unfortunate, but I can live with that.
7 Poxwalkers going down here.
Which one has the aura on it? But the aura's just coming over here.
Yeah. the aura is just to stop me from being within 9 inches.
Good, yeah.
Alright, I rolled 2d6 for that one, so now I rolled 2d. I didn't roll. I rolled for 1 Seraphim.
Yeah, because you have.
That's it. Yeah, that's my mistake. I forgot about the dual wielding. Next one does 8.
Interesting to see the
Auto hit
Seraphim being
scores
rolled
on
one person at a time.
Cora. Yeah. Alright, save on those.
So 6s. 4 more die.
Okay.
That is the best way for it to happen. Just post in the relevant channel in the Discord.
Alright, and now
And then I'm pretty sure somebody will get to about that.
Bolt pistols on these for 6 shots.
Or if you
on
just want to, you could always at any time in the relevant channels for it ping an @mentor for help.
These ones on 4 up.
We have mentors on 24/7, and most people are generally more than happy enough to just pop in at any time to help you out.
Nice.
I'm going to put them in chat again for those who haven't seen our new glorious emotes.
Alright. That is, I believe. Oh, this. Morgan Ball just moved. He could shoot. Just with a little bit of a penalty. Alright. Morgan Ball is gonna finally shoot. With a -1 to hit penalty. Shoot with. I'm gonna say the Paragon missile, heavy 2, strength 8, AP -2, D6.
Headed into the Terminators, yeah.
Yeah. Heavy 2, 3 up. Actually, I'm gonna use a miracle dice here. I'm gonna use a 4 to guarantee one. And the other one is hit. This is again strength 8 versus toughness.
Thing on
5.
3s because it cut 5.
Yep. It's 5. Fantastic. AP minus 2.
These are 4-ups.
Ooh. Alright. That is all for my.
Alright, the shooting phase is over. Let's see what charges are going to happen.
Charge phase for me. I'm now going to charge the cannoness. I just need to roll a.
Pretty meaningless charge, yeah, easy in.
Yeah.
You could fail because you have a +1 to charge.
Ness just shuffling her way in.
Technically, alright. So I need to roll a 5 and a 6. 5 and a 6 for the Zephyrum. I have 2 tries to get a 5 and a 6.
Oh boy.
Roll.
I'm gonna guarantee one of them's a 5.
Guaranteeing one of their dice is a 5, and they need to get a 6.
I'm gonna believe that one of these is gonna be a 6. I'm gonna believe it.
Oh,
There it
they
is.
That's
made
what we're
it.
fucking talking about.
It's really
All
good for
right.
Oh hell yeah! All right. These guys are just gonna move in 12. Fantastic. These gals over here are going to charge
Great.
to the tank because they cannot charge into here, I believe. Yeah. No.
Still gonna try to charge that Plague Burst Crawler. It needs an 11.
I need a 8. 2 rolls to make an 8. 6. 5. Alright, and the Sacrosancts are going to charge into the Terminators. Need to roll an 8.
Need to
Fine,
roll
I'm
a
not
10.
gonna Overwatch.
Difficult ground.
Roll an 8. Fantastic.
I think with the difficult, you might need to roll more.
Shit, you're right.
You need to roll a 10.
Yeah, I need to roll a 10, but
Oh, the opponent
no, they just
immediately
give a
remembering
penalty.
that right as I go to do some messages.
Okay. That is.
That's what they get for not moving the sacrosanct in the extra 4 inches.
Fight phase. So, let's start with the Bloody Rose Zephyr. So, because they charge, +1 attack, +1 AP. Each of these gals have a power sword, so that is 5, 9, 13, 17, 21 attacks.
Oh yeah.
21 attacks on Torah. Let me real quick make sure I don't need to use any. Where is the Zephyrim?
They're double checking for
Is there
stratagems.
Zephyrim for it? Embodied Prophecy. I'm going to use 2 CP for Embodied Prophecy. I add 1 to wound rule.
Getting +1 to wound, which will allow them to wound on
So these on
4s.
Whew.
That's a
All
lot
right.
of good hits.
And now
4s again. With the +1.
4s with the +1?
Strength 4 and they're tough 5. So B5 +1 is 4s.
Okay. 4s.
Ooh, not nearly as good on the wounds.
That's the 9 wanted.
The AP on these?
AP is
4.
power swords are -3, so -4.
So 5 up indolence.
2
1 damage each.
die, it looks like, on the possessed.
Power swords are 1 damage each. Yeah.
Oh. Let's stay on that objective. Yeah, that's fine. They'll just get taken out of combat.
Strategically taking the possessed out of combat, not choosing to swing back.
Now the canoness
Somewhat detrimental there.
and swing very hard. Because she charged, she is at 7 attacks.
And we're going to see what that smash cannon can do here.
She is not within aura range of Morgan. So 7 on 2 up. And wound, she has strength.
6, yeah?
This +3, so 6. Yes.
So wounding on 5s.
5.
She's a bloody rose. Wouldn't
Ooh.
she be on?
Um,
Ooh.
I might command CP that. Yeah, I gotta command CP that. Command CP is reroll all of them, right?
Just reroll 1 die.
Reroll 1. You're joking me. That happened to me 3 times so far this game. Alright. And I believe the canoness cannot fight again.
Yeah, possessed or not in combat, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So I want them on the objective anyways. 12 attacks with the drone.
Alright, let's see what the drone can do.
And 3s. Take it.
It's a lot of 2s. Looks to be slightly below average.
Cooperate. And on 2s, rolling 1s.
Ooh.
7 of them at AP2. 2 damage each.
AP2 onto wound rolls of 2 to 3 do not affect canoness because of her
That's
relic.
right, I forgot you had the...
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's really good. Okay, just
Yeah.
1 then.
Does 1 wound
So this
on a
minus
4-up save
Just
for
minus
this
2.
canoness.
4 up.
Yep.
The relic just makes her a big beef ball.
I
I love her so much.
totally forgot about the relic. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Kind of just... That's frustrating. I mean, that's just how it is, but ugh.
Alright,
Yeah.
the sisters managed to kill
Possessed
a
can't
unit.
Fight, which is fine.
That should be all.
Well, I just have morale on the possessed.
So they are definitely
They
in
lost, I
2
think,
table
some
quarters.
amount. I'll just roll it and see. They probably fail, but
So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to
5
update
they
my
definitely fail
scoreboard.
because they lost 6, so they definitely fail on that.
So,
Runs, ones because they have their equivalent of they shall know no fear.
there we go.
Not double ones, but it's fine. It's almost double ones, but it's fine. We still have 1 on the objective. That's all we need.
Holding that objective with 1 less possessed.
I don't know if I win the rest of this one. Especially because I've been forgetting to do strategic too. Especially because of that. Not especially because it's... And those mortal wounds got me.
Losing Celestine hurt a lot. I wasn't I wasn't expecting that. I thought she'd come back.
Yeah, I really wasn't...
So I'm going to go ahead and
Really
update more of the
wasn't expecting
scoreboard.
the
So
one to be
going
rolled.
into the start, we'd get
I rolled
that.
a lot of really important ones.
And that goes to 6.
Um,
That is a
I think on
41
your turn,
point
you get
lead.
enough points, I cannot come back.
Play out my turn 3, but I think you're probably right. We'll see how my rolls go, but
Yeah.
I definitely get 15 because I hold more. Working. Dice board is weird sometimes. Command phase. I spend 1 CP to bring back some poxwalkers. Uh, 3 ups, poxwalkers come back. The 5 come back.
What are we thinking, chat? Can the sisters actually pull it out? A lot of the heavy hitting is out. There's only 1 unit of Terminators left, and they're not in a good position to do much. There's 1
Math, I
wounded
mean
unit of
basic
Terminators
counting.
with a big pile of things that they need to try to mulch through.
It's
There
very
are a
difficult to
lot of zombies left, but they're only really good at holding objectives here. And that backline is
Troops
now
can come
threatened
back
by a
here.
bunch of jetpacks. And there's still a 20
Troops in
blob of
combat
zombies
still
ready to hit the field this turn.
shooting, but it's kind of just how it's gonna be. Middle poxwalkers advancing.
Those middle poxwalkers are advancing. I wonder where they're going to head.
So they
I'm
just move
thinking
5 through the
onto
terrain.
the objective to just lock it down.
Goes away for what it's worth.
It is very hard, Diamond Boots, but they could do it. They did very good
I kinda
wiping
just
out
lose
some
the turn,
Terminators last
which is
turn.
fine.
They were a bit out of
Okay with
position
sticking
for
with
some
that
charges
side
because they
objective.
have not really been thinking about their movement all too well.
That's fine. Zephyr do decent amount of work, but I can take them out.
We'll definitely need to see what the state of the shooting in Psychic
Yeah,
phase
get
is from the
closer.
DeathGuard. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
rotate
do
us
that
over real
right there.
fast to the DeathGuard side
this
of
way.
things. And take
I
their
have to
view of the
advance.
battle. You still have both plague casters. That's a given.
6 to 7.6, so equidistant, so I can pick one. Putrefier's just gonna move up again.
You got plenty of zombies, but there are some threats just over a wall
Strategy's
for
gonna
you.
move up 5 inches. Yeah. Movement, not really. Plague Burst is fine. He might move away just in case of a charge, but
The DeathGuard, remember to bring in
Horribly
their
worried about
other
him.
pack of 20 zombies.
7 with the terrain, so 5, and then probably 2 forward.
Plague Burst moving out, trying to
I
get
don't have anything left to deep strike to you.
away.
That's fine. These Death Shroud are fine. They kind of just want to wreck shop. Cool if they did. Retributor is really what I want to do. Death Shroud, they die or they get rid of the Retributors.
DeathGuard showing off their inexorable advance. They do not give a crap about your difficult ground. They're coming for you.
Bladespawn will just go back He'll touch the terrain so he can still see through that. Oh no, is there even a wall there? No, yeah. So he'll touch it to make sure he can see through.
Touching the wall to see through it.
While. And plague burst is fine. He can see what he needs
Checking
to
the ranges
see.
for that plague burst. In line of sights. Everything seems good there.
And that's that movement. Poxwalkers come in.
Yep, there it is.
They come in back here. That's decent, but they get screened out pretty hard. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep.
It's screened out pretty hard, but I don't really care. They're there. Other flank is less screened, but you have Vol there, and Vol will just wreck most things.
Yeah. Especially since sweeping is a double attack.
Not trying to maximize
sure.
the spread of
by
those
no means want to.
poxwalkers.
That's not my top
Interesting.
priority. Is charging Vol with not melee, with
Yeah.
not great melee. I don't think that's my priority. Fall back that drone. I kind of want to fall back that drone, but not really. 2 engage points last turn, didn't you?
What was that?
Get 2 points for engage last turn, yeah, because you had the guys on my deployment.
Yes.
Knock you off objectives. That objective's just gonna happen. Objective, maybe poxwalkers, probably mortars. Then yeah, that's fine. That's moving phase. Phase, we'll start with a miasma from the plaguecaster. I actually should have moved him, come to think about it, because he can just move him a little bit to range.
Yep, remember you move your playcaster in range before you actually start rolling anything psychic.
Where I need the skull. Skull's nice, but I don't necessarily need it right now.
Double checking if they want to put their
Start
skull
with
anywhere.
miasma.
Not using their once per battle ability yet, even.
Eventually, these dice will
They
cooperate.
might be saving it to pop this canoness.
Stuff on a 6.
Maybe the Hospitalier, maybe the Dogma even.
He will
Maybe
put that
you
on.
use it on Vol if it gets that bad. An average 7 mortal wounds into Vol, she takes approximately 3 to 4 mortal wounds, which is half of Vol's health.
A lot of obstacle here. Yeah, so we'll put miasma on the death shrouds, and then we will cast stress and vitality. Off an 8, and that will go on the poxwalkers. This caster will, yeah, he's equidistant from both of them. He'll do a smite into the dominions up here.
Okay.
See the smite coming out.
6 again. He's very good at rolling 6s and not much more.
Alright, deny the witch on 6. I'm gonna spend a CP for
Deny.
Purity of Faith. After a psychic test is passed, after any deny the witch attempt is made, any Adeptus Sororitas unit within 24 inches of that, on a 4-up, it is denied.
Alright, going for the power deny, trying to protect
on.
yourself from taking damage.
You're joking.
Ooh, and it
Alright.
fails.
Okay.
Unlucky.
So D3 on them. Bonus, please, Jesus. We'll just not. The 3 mortal wounds.
Ugh.
Big damage. Blam.
Those demons were rather important.
We will curse the leper onto. Curse the leper on the same dominions.
Curse of Leper going in.
Does go off on a 7, which is great.
Goes off.
Today's not my day.
Dice on contagion range with everything, with anything rather. 6 inches. Yes. On 3 ups, you take a mortal wound.
Let's see how many mortals. 3 more
Please.
mortals. That is the last of that squad.
After the power is resolved, the closest thing within 12, which is the Seraphim, take D3 because they cast on a power of a 7 or higher. 3 on the Seraphim for 2.
2 mortal wounds into the Seraphim.
mortal wounds on the
Beautiful, disgusting
not
play
Seraphim.
casters just shitting out mortal wounds everywhere.
The worst part is that I cannot use the Argent Shroud thing to not take mortal wounds because both of those squads are Bloody Rose.
Makes sense of the Bloody Rose though, because they're melee at least.
Yeah.
So that's psychic phase. Shooting phase will do with this Blight Spawn going into the Retributors.
Okay.
So, D6 shots, rerolling. Yeah, 3 is the worst because you want to reroll it, but it always fails. Keep a 3. On 2s, rerolling 1s. 3 of them at AP3.
Alright, so I'm now working with the 6 weapon.
Okay, 1 dies.
Alright, the superior.
Death Shroud will fire their flamers into him.
Very good
2d6
psychic phase
shots.
happened there. Lost a whole nother unit. Lost some Zephyrim. We got nice shooting coming in so far. Already 1 Retributor's dead. We're going to see what the Plague Gauntlets can do.
4 of them at AP0.
4 AP0s for the Retributors. On average, they do lose 1 more. But we know that 3-up saves should never be counted out. They are incredibly hard to kill because they feel like it.
AP0.
AP0. Alright, so 3 up.
Ooh, 1 does fail. There are 3 6s though.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'm not as worried. I mean, I'm worried about them, but not as worried. We'll just kind of wreck my day. I'm kind of just content with that. Death Shroud will all put their flamers into the Zephyrim there. 3d6 shots.
Seems like they're accepting that they might just
Perfectly average.
shoot the
So
Zephyrim
6
to
shots.
death. Never
Perfectly
mind,
average,
with
perfectly
6
the same
shots
roll.
they probably don't.
3 is rerolling everything with Arch Contaminator.
Contaminator,
6 of them at
nice
AP
rerolls. That is a potential 2 deaths on those Zephyrim.
3 up.
Ooh, it is all the last 3.
Um,
That does open
That
up some
might
new
be-
charging lanes though, which is scary to see.
Probably is.
I don't believe I come back with anything. Morven Vol could swing all she wants, but end of this turn, I don't get anything done with mine. I think I gotta call it there.
Yeah, I
And
think
that
so. I
brings
3 for grind them down last
them
turn.
to concede.
For some reason, grind them down's messing with me. I'd have probably.
Don't feel like being
9 I don't
killed
think
today.
kill,
That
like,
is
the,
very
like,
true.
3
I will
units at
update
end,
the
so I don't think you can
scoreboard
match that, so
for
I'd get at
a
least 9 on
concession.
grind. Assassinate, Stranglehold, I'd get another fully launch Stranglehold, and I just do really well on primary.
Yeah.
And
Those,
the DeathGuard
the
went
big
out a
problem I
perfect
have
100-point
wanting to hold on
game
to CP
on the
for
concession
when I
on
have this,
round 3.
doing command rerolls as soon as possible.
That is not what I expected, seeing the DeathGuard get first turn, having to get pulled out into line of sight.
Yeah,
Most of those pieces
Not at
died,
all.
or
there was a lot
didn't-
of.
or didn't function.
That was a
There's
very
a lot of
insightful game, reminding you that
Just being
all
able to
those little
almost-
misplays you make
like,
along
just
the
being able to
way
outkill you, like,
really add
was
up
really
over
solid.
time.
Celestine was huge.
Yeah.
Celestine
And the
coming back
biggest
would've been
thing I
insane,
think
like,
that
Blizzard.
really hurt the tides, Celestine did not get her
Celestine
resurrect.
Coming back means I move
At
at
least
least
the 5
Celestians up to here. They don't. Celestine doesn't get shot at, and she then just starts swinging.
It would have been at least a 5-point swing because those possessed would have been gone, and I would have got the 5 for that.
Mhm.
I probably would have been able to mortal them in melee Celestine, maybe.
Mhm.
Like, at minimum 5-point swing, probably more. If we were to just math it out, you'd probably get maybe 5, unless I wiped you with the mortars on the back objective over here. Just
I'll say one of the biggest things that started downfall is I keep Morven Vol
Always
down
bet on
to
the
be
people
red
you
tier,
want to bet
but
on.
I need her to move up by turn 2. I need her to be swinging by turn 2.
Because she's a beast in melee, from what I remember.
Yeah. Her two options on swinging.
I don't know, Clout.
is
You are a
swinging,
very
which
good
is 2 hit
gambler
rolls
on this
instead of
server.
1,
I will
and
tell you
lunging,
that.
A wound roll of 6 suffers 1 mortal wound in addition to normal.
That was a very interesting
Gotcha.
game, if you ask me.
With 5 attacks.
Plus, she's also durable, so she can survive going into like.
Sisters of Battle took some very
do a
good
Death Guard
secondaries.
unit,
They
like,
are very
most
mobile
things
with a
don't wanna
lot of
charge
deep
them.
strike.
Ball doesn't really
Engage was a good
care,
choice.
Because she has the
100%.
because she has the 4-up invuln and half damage.
Assassination,
So,
not
like,
so
she doesn't
much.
do, like,
But when you run out of things
phenomenally.
to take, and your enemy has
I mean,
4
like, maybe she takes
characters,
some wounds, but she
you
doesn't
may
rack,
as
so who
well
cares?
take it for the potential, what, 13
Really
points.
upset when I had to move her, so far
I'm not so big on strategic scan. They never got it off
That
once.
is it.
So it was
I think that's
actually
it,
dead in the
probably.
water.
We could
Yeah.
probably
You
map
could have
out what
made
it would
something
be,
better
but I
with
don't
that.
think that it
You could have taken
matters a
Raise the
ton.
Banners high,
Yeah.
use
Even-
the fact that
even
you
if
had a
all
way
this
to
is
do an
calculated
action
over
in
here, there's
Still
no
Attack
way
and
I-
go for it.
Like, I lose this
Maybe you
entire
take
second.
Octarius data,
Um,
go in one
I
table
don't-
quarter with
I
a
don't
deep
think
strike,
these gals
shoot,
do
claim
anything much
Octarius
more
data,
because they couldn't take
go
those
into another table quarter,
onslaughts.
shoot, claim Octarius data, blam, 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 all around the map.
I think that. I think. Possessed do always.
For the Death Guard, who took Stranglehold, Assassinate, and ran them down, Assassinate, very powerful. It's a very fast and easy 15 victory points in this matchup because of the Gemini Superior. Stranglehold, they are hard to get off objectives. You could easily hold 3. And he had lots of hard to kill bodies and big units. Grind them down is what I would call a Death Guard staple. What happens when you're just harder to kill than your enemy?
Good game for sure.
You try to whittle them away.
If I had a little bit better deployment, more involved swinging and doing stuff, but I didn't, and I paid the price for that.
But fun game though. I do like. I like Sisters quite a bit. I
Yeah.
really want to get them as a
I would
third army.
really
but
like to thank our players
me
here
saying I want a third army is probably
in our
enough
server.
reason to not
Good
get
old
them.
It's Frosty and Quantum Otter
I
for
think
playing
three
this
armies-
game out.
Having 3 armies is good. That's a
I
well-rounded.
agree, but like, it wanted a third army. It would probably.
If
be
chat
Orcs,
has any
because Orcs are just
questions,
so
may
much
as well
fun.
ask them now.
Sisters are awesome, but like, I just have a soft spot
I
for
left and
Orcs.
came back, but that went pretty much as expected. That is very true.
They have just enough variation in what you
After losing Celestine
Like, I
and
don't
she
repent-
failed her
I don't
resurrect, that
repent
was
on
a
these
very
armies,
big
even though
death
I'm
knell for the
doing
sisters.
because
They
instead
had
of
a
dementia,
very
I love
bad
having
turn of
2
forgetting a
squads
lot of rolls
sacrifices.
that hurt a lot of their
Sure.
abilities.
They're pretty solid.
Yeah.
Even
Forgetting
like, I
rapid
didn't-
fire,
I
forgetting
teched into
movement,
mortal
getting
wounds, and
stuck in a
admittedly, I
crater.
didn't roll a 7 up most of the time with that playcaster. If I rolled a 7 up, I think Celestine
It
would've
was
died to
brutal.
mortals, but roll those dice. Sometimes dice just fall that way.
Keck
You can
W.
also do inexorable.
I
for
think you
damage trap, but,
mean
like, if you
greater
select a charge
Keks.
target, you have -2 to your charge roll. So like that's great for deep strike charges, or just in general, so you don't get wrapped.
Our
Another big
beautiful
one is
new
Brian's
emotes.
Anvil,
Make
where
sure
you're
to
in
subscribe to us. It's only
major range
$5
of
a
the
month.
warlord,
It
you
supports
don't
the
reroll any
server.
hits or wounds.
We love you for it, and you get a small
Which is
host
huge
of
as well.
glorious
But there's a lot you
emotes
can
to
do. I
shitpost
just-
with.
Mortal wounds,
Yes,
especially with some
charging
horrible
10
stuff, at least
possessed
in
with
my
-1
local
to
meta,
hit
with
was
Dark
very
Custodies, all that. I think it's the mortal wounds, that's kind of
ballsy.
what I teched into.
Mhm.
They're very.
They did roll very
there's a lot you
below
can do.
average.
Spawn is always an MVP. I
But-
don't know why some people don't take him out White Spawn because he's just an MVP every game.
They definitely should have
Less so in this
killed
one 'cause nothing charged near him, but,
2
like,
in that
the
charge.
Flamer alone
They
is almost
only
worth it.
killed 1 and then
Yeah.
lost their whole unit to mortal wounds.
Yeah, I'd
Because
say
it's-
so.
damage too, it's a
like
marine
strength
killer.
7 AP -3, like, that's
So
Eight
I
with a
think
contagion.
knowing that you maybe only
Yeah.
kill 2 on the charge, you don't
It's a
charge, you
marine
get
killer.
charged
Like,
and die.
Even Custodies, it's strength
They
goes
did
plus
know
5
no
down to 4
fear.
in
They
contagion
went
range.
in, they
Like,
went
E3
ham,
Snarber, Invul, 2 damage.
and they died doing what they did best for the Emperor.
It's a reroll the amount of shot. It's
You
just-
don't see any Space Marines
Relic is
dying in
also
battle like
phenomenal.
that,
There's
fearless,
so much about him that I don't know why people don't take
spouting
him.
their love for their God King.
He's really, really good.
Alright. I gotta go back to the drawing board a little bit, or look back at the VOD and see what exactly better I could do.
Got you. Al.
Besides shitty deployment. And
No worries, it happens.
ones.
Scouring forces bad deployment, so like I made bad
True.
deployment, everything happened. Scouring just
Dude,
I
if it
understand
wasn't
why the
Scouring-
mission-
Scouring is
I
not a bad
understand why the-
deployment.
like,
It's a good
honestly, I blame
deployment.
so much on scouring
for
when admittedly I just
for
need to play.
thinking.
Like I need to get better at deploying,
Yeah.
but like I'll still never forgive scouring for being the worst mission in the GT pack.
Aw, people hitting on
Stand by that with
scouring.
all of
I
my-
love
with all of my-
scouring.
Yeah. Alright, man. I'm gonna head out, alright?
All good, mate.
Oh, looks like
Yeah.
our players are heading out.
Alright, you have a good day, man.
Talk to you. Yeah, you too.
So, that's going to be it for the game. Thank you everyone for showing up to the
There, I don't
stream.
know if Dragon's
That was
gonna say
amazing.
anything.
Make sure to follow us on our YouTube, follow us on the Twitch, get those notifications on both so you can catch all of our streams and all of our VODs that we end up editing and putting up onto the YouTube. We are also planning on doing more specialized YouTube content in the future, so be on the watch out for that. Do subscribe to us, it's only $5. Maybe you have Twitch Prime, give us some of that Jeff Bezos money. It supports us even more than a normal subscribe. There you go. You get some glorious emotes, and we're working on getting more as well. And make sure to join us on the server. You could be on a stream yourself, being slightly berated and having all of your decisions questioned by people such as me and my good friend Glynisir, and maybe you're new to the game and you need to be taught how to play. We have TTS tutelage. It's still there. It's great. A way to learn. We would love to teach you. Ace! I'm going to butcher that. Is that Animal Other? Thank you for subscribing with your Twitch Prime. You're the real trooper here. Make sure to spam out those glorious new emotes and show off your new fancy drip to all the haters. It was Dragon Queen Nissan. Make sure to show up next time. Hopefully Glynisir will be streaming on Sunday, and I will hopefully be co-hosting for him as well, so you can hear my glorious voice and tactical commentary again. If not, I will be here next Wednesday. Same time, same place, hopefully starting at 7 p.m. EST.